Do actual sound. Well, do actual
Welcome,
music sound
everybody.
theme. Welcome.
We were just talking about the intro because it's 15th anniversary themed, and the 15th anniversary is almost over.
Yeah, so new intro coming soon.
Yes.
Once we're done with all the rundown production and all that stuff.
Imagine doing odd number anniversaries.
I mean, odd number. I don't know
what. Like second, 22nd.
We should just do that. We should just be like, let's just celebrate the 23rd anniversary instead
Just
of the
random
20th or the
23rd.
25th. Let's just split
Okay,
the
now,
difference.
yeah, now I just
27th.
say that, and I
Yes.
make you realize.
17th.
Oh, you say that now. I just realized. Oh God, now I'm in my mid-20s now.
I'm 30 in 8 months, sir. Welcome, everybody.
Don't mind me then.
Yeah, the old man in the group here.
Muteki said, "Be like Toei and make it up." We can always just make up anniversaries. Welcome. We have a fun stream today. There was like no news, and then Hasbro was like, "Here's a whole wave of Transformers," and I was like, "Cool." Thanks, Hasbro. You finally gave me something for all the stuff I put up with.
Also,
yeah.
also, just want to say, because if people watch the Christmas video, thank you, Sam, for the comics, because he gave he gave me 3 comics for my Christmas gift / birthday. He got me DC Finest Batman Year 1 and 2, Werewolf by Night. It was in his latest comic haul, was it? Unholy Alliance, and Animal Man by Grant Morrison. And I heard great things about the Animal Man one, so I'm really excited to dig into that one, especially because Animal Man's a character I always know about, but I never read anything about him. So I'm ready to really looking forward to dig into that.
And the Grant Morrison run is I think the Jeff Lemire run from New 52 is like the second best, but I think the Grant Morrison run on Animal Man is the best run. And that's why. And full admission, I wasn't planning to buy you the Animal Man at first, but then I saw that the store I was ordering it from had it on like an extra sale, and I was like, oh, let me just throw in Animal Man.
It has the receipt. I see these prices. I see these sale prices. I'm like, oh no, I might buy from Stock Trade then because how cheap these prices
are. It's one of those things. That's why I have Micronauts omnibuses, because they had the. It was just random. Like I was just checking the wish list, and I was like, wait a second, that got really cheap.
Because I see like because these finance $40, like you see you got for 22.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it can go. Or Animal Man was like I think 50, and you got it for 16. I'm like, that's. I might buy from that site now.
The secret of in-stock trades is to order frequently, because every time you order, you get a 2% extra discount on books for the next week.
Oh, really? Oh God.
Yes, this is why. If people are like, "How do you afford all these books in the book haul?" That's how. I'm a deal seeker. They can just be kind of slow in shipping. Like I just got my Amalgam Age omnibus today from In Stock Trades.
I mean, speaking of slow shipping, God, Amazon's taking forever to ship, because I got like a Christmas Amazon gift card for Christmas from my sister. I ordered the Ultraman figurized amplified kit. And that doesn't come out to the 26. I'm like, come on! Like every other gift I got from I bought during that came, except for that thing. I don't know why that's taking forever. It's not even from Japan. It's just sold by Amazon. It wasn't like from Amazon Japan or anything like that.
All right. So first of all, congratulations to Spin-54. He's now a father.
Oh, yeah, he is now a father.
Yes, and he said, "Baby's home and doing great. Happy to hear it."
First off,
enjoy the hell out of that kid, because it'll go by fast.
They'll grow. Yep, they grow up quick.
They grow up quick.
Make sure you put gates around your collection so that toddler does get.
Yes.
It's not more the toddler destroying your collection. It's more the toddler gonna get injured by the collection, because it's how pointy and sharp those things can be.
My parents had big old like speakers in the 90s, and they had like plexiglass on top of them, so I wouldn't push the speaker in by accident. And it was funny because I never touched it, and then like another kid like came over to the house or the apartment, and like they had taken the plexiglass down because I never touched it, because I was just like, whatever. And this kid just like went in and popped the speaker like immediately, and they're like, oh yeah, that's why we put stuff up.
Precisely. That's why I said to my wife.
Yeah.
Speak before we get to Miteki's $5
Yes.
super chat. Welcome, Andreas, Benjamin Weisman, Collector K9, Fire Fury, Fonzie, Infinite, Jamie Carr, Common Judo, MJ Klein, Mr. Elverse, Miteki, Spindash, Toma, and Zeltrax. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Muteki gave a super chat saying, so Sound, Ryan, and Fighter, when are you seeing Red Ranger Isekai? Has a real God tie sequence than Marvel What If. Also need a cleanser from Naruto. I haven't watched it because I don't have Crunchyroll.
I'm probably going to see it later today because every clip I've seen of it, it's like, that's up my alley. I
read the manga thanks to Muteki, so at some point I'll watch it.
It's a weird thing for me because I talked about last
thanks,
week.
Mr. Tanuki, for liking the stream. Thanks for popping in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But this is the weird thing about me is I'm not excited for Rider and Sentai nowadays these days. The main stuff, but I'm excited. But I'm getting more into excited for either things relate to it or spin-off material like Fudo PI or Kamen Rider Black, and like that's me where like I really want to go watch the Red Ranger Isekai more than I want to watch Boom Boomcher and Go Suture. I don't know what it says about me as a Sentai.
You know what it sounds
fan,
like to
because
me?
I still
me from like 6 years ago when I got burned out on the main shows and then just wanted to see something that was similar but different.
I think that might be the case because I love like a lot of the Sentai parodies I see because all of them are like loving parodies.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
There's this famous tweet where someone said, "Guy who reads his first comic, I love Superman. Guy who reads his 100th comic, oh, the real material in comics history that's amazing is actually this super obscure side character no one's ever heard of. Guy who's read his 1000th comic, man, I love Superman."
Yep, that bar graph. Yep.
Yeah. And I fall into that all the time because I'm like reading a bunch of X-Men right now, and it's like that's not even like the
Welcome Wheels.
I was reading years ago.
Yeah, Welcome Wheels. But yeah, no, it's weird because like it's like the thing with because they were thinking about the Rarity Sky, it just rings all my bells for me more than modern Sentai. Even like comes to like the loving touch of nods and themes, where it's like, oh, I could definitely tell the manga knew his Sentai. Where I love the main gimmick is like band-aids because band-aids is bonds and bonds of friendship, and all the like mechs are named after or like names are literally just a algorithm, like an algorithm of friend. And I love that so much. Also, they had it helps that the anime got a lot of former Sentai like writers, musicians, and actors being that, which is so cool. I mean, there's a goddamn Akira Kushida mecha theme.
Yeah, I saw the mecha clip and I was like, okay, they know what they're doing. This is great. I hope to see it. I want to watch it later for sure.
I can't wait for the Funimation janitor to dub over that horribly.
The thing is, I don't think Funimation Crunchyroll's gonna dub it.
They don't dub music
anymore.
I'm just
making the joke. I just can't wait.
I just
can't wait.
Wheels told me they weren't going to do that, and then they did.
I think Ultimate Battle was the last time they dubbed a song, right?
Yeah,
that wasn't sung by a character because I know the One Piece dub will always like dub songs.
Yeah, like when it comes to like characters that like the in-universe songs, some like characters they'll dub that, but it comes to instrumentals, they don't do that anymore. And such like that.
It's funny.
Common JoJo asked if I have any kids. Not any like actual kids. There's just like
what are you talking? You have Ant-Man.
There's Kushida, and there's Chopper, and there's Shadow,
and Giant Man, and Sentinel,
all my Titan Transformers, and Galactus. Though I think I'm his child now.
I think, and the last thing I'll say for the Reverend because I think the writer for the anime adaptation, I think it's the same writer as Boom Boomcher, I think. I remember hearing that.
I tell you, the head writer Boom Boomcher, like looking at their resume, I'm just like, damn, this person's just always cooking with gas. Like it's just amazing. Because like every show they worked on, I'm just like, all of them are like secret hits to me. Like I'm always like, oh, am I gonna like this? And then I watch, I'm like, no, I actually really like this. SHA4 Jason, thoughts on the Gundam Wing Code Geass crossover thing. If it becomes more than just a mobile game tie-in, I'll get excited. But until then, I'm just like, it's a mobile game tie-in. Collector K9 said, I had gotten burned out on Gundam around 2020 or so, but earlier this month, some friends convinced me to watch Zeta Gundam. Now I'm on a Gundam binge. I tell you, Zeta Gundam's a gateway drug. That like, cows.
I just rewatched Zeta like a few months ago. Funny enough.
Yeah, but who was it that watched it for the first time recently?
It was Bad Gamer.
And isn't he watching Double Zeta now? Or
No, he hasn't yet.
he wants to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Zeta will do that. Zeta will do that.
He started with the Gundam trilogy, and then
Hey.
Zeta.
Welcome, Hardest
Guys,
Sentai.
Remember what happened the first time I finally saw Zeta and I saw the ending? I was just left like a Family Guy saying, "What the F was that?" over and over again. I was just like completely surprised. Like I knew it was like completely different than Double Zeta, so I saw it in first. Double Zeta was fan sub before I think Zeta Gundam even came out or whatever, or the fan sub finished because it got licensed.
I don't remember where I saw Zeta
And
the
I
first
just remember
time.
seeing Zeta, and I remember the first third of the show, not so good. But then all of a sudden, Camille's just like, "I'm a man now. I'm a man, and
It's
I'm
a
gonna
man's
make
name,
sure
and it's
you're
gonna
all
punch Jared."
killed." Exactly.
I gotta tell you, I love
really...
the reason I love Zeta so much is because like I was watching the UC in order, which is not the way to watch it the first time. Don't watch it in chronological order, but I was doing that.
Yeah, no.
And I was just like, I got a little burned out, and I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, oh, what's next? Zeta, okay. And I started Zeta. I was like, oh my god, this is great. And then it like put me on a Gundam binge spree where I watched every single Gundam show twice.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now, though. That composer, man, that composer went too hard for the four's track, because when you hear it, it don't sound like four's track. It sounds like Die Ranger / Kamen Rider. Like it sounds like Eiji Kawamura scored it, because out of nowhere, four's track, they'll be using it in the late end of the show when like serious stuff's happening, and you're just like, damn. And then you forget it's four's instrumental.
Because the thing is,
Shigeaki, hard rock ballad.
Shigeaki Sugesa is like incredible as a composer, and he's also like a civil rights leader, so he's like just the coolest guy ever. Like it's just
I love how the whole Gundam community agree that Camille's has borderline. Right, Jerry?
Yeah.
And he even admits that he's autistic.
It's funny because like I know people are like, does he actually mean what you think he means? Because that's like a translation thing too.
Well, somebody in the chat asked something that I think only you and me, because we're trying to get Soundout into it.
Yes.
Somebody asked about Zoids.
Like a laser of claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you into Soundout.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, right now, so like for everyone knowing how I'm doing post Naruto, I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Post Naruto clarity.
Yes, I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho. It's great. I mean, that's not like, up for debate.
You're gonna have it fresh in your head now too.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. I'm like, did I start?
I honestly think
it never left my head because I always went to bed watching it.
The Beasts of whatever castle arc is what I'm on now.
The Beasts of the Saint Beast, the 4 Saint Beasts.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on.
Beast or the Demons of Maze Castle. What do you
Demons of Maze Castle.
Or as I like to call it, Jerry Jewel, catch these hands.
I also think
was he what's his name?
Suzaku.
Yeah.
I also think the dub actually holds up pretty well. Like
it's one of the better dubs.
It does, yeah.
Especially compared to like Dragon Ball, like Z. They're like the old
weird uncut.
I keep forgetting that this dub was made in the early 2000s because it's so good.
Yeah, no, what happened?
Wait, for real.
What happened with that one too is I remember wanting to see it like because they were promoting it, I believe, on the early Funimation dubs for the Dragon Ball Z movies. So like. That was like their thing they were really shoving in your face at the time, because they were like, it's coming, man. It's coming. Get it now on home video before it airs on Toonami. And I'm like, what? And then like after I got Cooler's Revenge in like Walmart, I watched it. All of a sudden, like the following week, it was like coming to Toonami. And I was like, okay, let's go.
Because the thing I was going to say is that I do know they did touch up the dub a bit when the Blu-ray happened. But like even then, it's like majority.
When you mean touch up, do you mean like did they re-record anything?
Yeah, they said they re-recorded and tweaked some lines. There was like
how obvious?
Not obvious. I can't tell. Like
really,
and I have an ear for audio engineering, and I can't even tell when.
If I recall the original, I think if I recall the original release used like almost TV edits. So I think it actually omitted the cursing. So when they went back for the
I know the DVD sets. There was the uncensored DVD set.
Okay. Adult Swim had it with the cursing.
Yeah, Adult Swim. There was they had the edited and uncut back then. What was it? Let me see if I can find it. because I was reading about it and I was like, oh, they actually like, oh hey, the Yu Yu Hakusho has a dub changes list. This is all about the edited dub. That's not what I need.
I mean, hey, at least we're not as bad as the Filipinos. Those sick SOBs.
They have a different dub, right?
Their dub is so horrible.
Is it like
it's a
Malaysian?
meme.
Is like Malaysian dub bad?
Okay. So, like, their dub is, like, super loved over there, but every Filipino that has come over to like, live in America, like, Project, laughs at, like, over there, it's, like, very well cherished for, like, the most part. Like, it is seen, like, as really, really good. And then there's the other half that got older, watched either the English dub, the American English dub, or watched it in Japanese and found out how bad they effed it up. Because, as you already know, for most people who've probably heard this story throughout, many people who talk about Yu Yu Hakusho, they thought Kurama was a woman, I believe. They called him Denise, then realized he was a dude.
Oh, that's right. Everybody had different names. I have heard about this. I've seen Yuki.
Yeah, there was Eugene. There was Eugene. There was what was it? Eugene, Jericho, Denise, and what was it, like, Justin?
So I actually saw a post about this recently.
Yeah, me and Jerry were watching.
And
where they were trying to say
Genkai is called Master Jeremiah, and I'm like,
yeah, Jeremiah.
For some reason.
I found what I was looking for. The Funimation production blog for the Yu Yu Hakusho Blu-ray, which was written by Justin Cook, who was, producer on it, as well as, Yusuke.
Remember, whenever Justin Cook and Eric Vale work on, like, animes as directors, it's usually a little bit more straight shooter. Because if you ever notice when Cook and Eric Vale are in the dubbing booth, you notice that, like, they either tone down Sabat or they don't even include Schemmel.
2 pictures going in stream chat.
Okay, I'll wait for those to load. I'll just read the couple little segments from here. They said so basically. This is really, like, great stuff, because you don't see this nowadays.
Alfred, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the thing is that Justin Cook said, being given permission to remix a series of special responsibility and one that's rare in the world of entertainment. Most of the time there's a magic box that can present a nice upgrade from older mixes, thus not taking up the time of both a producer and a mix engineer. As you should know, time is money, yada yada. The property warranted an extensive update, not to mention the audio masters are so old that a straight remix was not possible. We started production of Yu Yu Hakusho back in 2001. Quite honestly, seems like a lifetime ago, but to quote Kurama, that all depends on your lifespan. And with a remix in the works now 10 years later, many of the mix techniques and standards of quality in recording, as well as our attention to flaps, mouth movements as compared to spoken words from actors, have improved tenfold each year with experience gained since we originally started production. Therefore, we felt the best way to present Yu Yu Hakusho to you on Blu-ray is to do a complete remix from the ground up. We started by having our ADR engineer staff comb through each episode, cleaning up the dialogue, things like removing any errant anomalies, so like, terminology inconsistencies and stuff, adjusting lines to fit the flaps, and adjusting the line to improve overall presentation and quality. So they basically just kind of like went in and cleaned it up to make it pretty much the same, but they just like fix little things here. And then so like here's an example of things they did, and so there's all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna drop this in the chat because, like Spin Dash said, so if you want to like go take a look. Yeah, so they basically just like they tweaked it. They just tweaked it a little bit to make it better because they had the technology and stuff. So that's the
we had technology.
We had the technology. Why not make it better? Which I appreciate because we don't always get that. Oh, okay? Here we go. Here's the.
If only they had the care for this, where it went to the Dragon Ball sets.
If a tenth of the care that went into Yu Yu Hakusho's Blu-ray went into the Dragon Ball Blu-ray, we wouldn't be complaining these days.
I think it definitely shows. I think the Dragon Ball sets is definitely a bunch of upper management problems, and
it's not just their fault. It's Toei's fault.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because with what is it? Was it Studio Para or whatever made Yu Yu Hakusho, and they keep their stuff.
And that's because that's the thing is like the Naruto Blu-rays, right? Those are done by Viz, but that Pero had all the stuff they needed for him, and Pero was like grateful for Viz doing the upscale so much that they're like, we'll draw the cover art for your Blu-rays. Like that doesn't happen with Toei. Toei's like,
you usually don't get.
You can't use this thing you found on Google search.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's the Filipino dub names for the Yu Yu Hakusho characters.
They're horrible.
Dennis, Vincent, Alfred, Eugene, Jenny, Jericho, and Charlene. Did they call him Jericho just because he has a JR in his forehead?
We don't know exactly. I think Ukiya Seed has more information than Project does.
Yeah.
But, I've known most of these names since forever, as you know.
Here's some others.
Me and Project would jokingly quote our friend Eugene over Yu when we'd be watching it. You know for a fact we'd be saying, "Hey there, YouTube," whenever.
I think my favorite is Alfred for Ubara.
I think my favorite one here is Toguro becoming Taguro. That's the only one that was anywhere close.
I like because I haven't seen Yu Yu
and Shizuru is Susie. Those are at least closer.
But it's a question because I haven't got to. I didn't fully watch Yu Yu Hakusho. But what's up with the Sentai? Why did they name those guys in the corner there Power Ranger
because
colors?
This is the problem.
Yes.
The Filipino dubs, a lot of the older ones from the 80s and the 70s are kind of unfortunately Harmony Gold, early Saban stuff. They will kind of be put in even when it's serious, they will still put in satirical stuff in there when they're not supposed to. And it wasn't supposedly they didn't stop doing that from what I've been told from Ukiya Seed and Project. They didn't stop doing that level of satire until 4Kids was prominent in the States. They didn't realize, oh, this is we're bastardizing these shows. Oh, they did not realize it. Because if you don't know, a lot of these dubs are from the same usually channel and network. It's always usually GMA.
Well, a lot of times when these localize for different language, don't they usually use the English scripts? Use the English scripts to translate to the language?
That's the funny part.
Depends.
That's the funny part. The Philippines are usually slightly ahead of us, so they've always never really used our scripts. Similar to Latin America, they've barely ever used really our scripts. It's actually Europe and that takes our scripts for their dubs. But what ends up happening is with Dragon Ball, when Dragon Ball was dubbed over here, some of the Latin Americans actually provided their translation, and then we scrubbed their translation.
Oh yeah, because I remember for the original Ultimate Uncut sets, and they actually take use the footage from the Filipino sets or something like that, and that's why
they had to do a lot of stuff. They had to do a lot of stuff to clean it up, because one of the biggest issues that I've understood is that when it comes to Pokemon, our dub influenced a lot of Pokemon dubs moving forward.
That was because the Japanese studio liked what 4Kids was doing, because what 4Kids did was they made they localized the Pokemon dub in a way where it wasn't culturally specific to any country, and the Japanese side loved that because they're like, oh, we can just take this and then take it to any country, and then just
the 4Kids dub influenced the French. The 4Kids dub for Pokemon influenced a lot of the franchises today.
Yeah, it's the reason why they stopped having Japanese food and Japanese culture references in the anime, because the Japanese studio liked that idea of localizing it for each company, and so they're like, or for each country, and they're like, we should just stop animating these things in there so that we don't have to make as many edits when they go to localize it.
Another thing too about that, right, is our American opening. Obviously, I Want to Be the Very Best. That song, because it was dubbed in so many countries. If you guys don't recall, when Ash won the World Championship, in parentheses, when he beat Leon in his final season, and they made their trailer to announce to the entire world and spoil it for people who are waiting for the dub, who don't watch the subs, they, for their Japanese commercials, saying Ash finally did it, Ash won. And then promoted the last episode saying this is Ash's farewell.
So you guys saw the names, I'm assuming.
Yes,
we did.
They used our opening to promote it, not just in Japan, but internationally. That's how wild it was. That's how the Pokemon dub.
That's how that dub is probably more influential than the original work at that point.
Yeah, no, because I think more
Especially
people
that song.
around more people around the world know about Gotta Catch 'Em All than the original Japanese Pokemon
Yep.
Master
true.
song.
The other show I started watching was I watched the first 3 episodes of Demon Slayer.
Oh, what do you think?
It was pretty good. I'm gonna watch more of it. I think Tanjiro's poor sweet innocent boy that had to go through tragedy early on, which endears me to him because I'm like, oh, get this man a robot. He's a Gundam pilot in the making.
I know, right?
He's a grief-stricken 15-year-old. Like just give him a robot. He'd be great.
You had to
Too bad,
carry
we're
his
gonna get
sis-
we're,
he
we're
had to
gonna
carry
give him
his sister.
fake.
Yes.
Too bad, we're gonna give him fake ass powers that aren't real.
Oh, I know. I hate that.
Anyways,
Doesn't make no sense.
I don't know anything else beyond that. So, am I gonna watch Infinity Train twice? No. I'm smarter than this. I watch Gundam compilation movies enough to go. I didn't need to do this.
I like how there's manga that I've
Wait,
read all of and forgot already. Like Dr. Stone.
Did you say Infinity Train or Mugen Train?
Mugen Train. Sorry, I was thinking of Infinity Castle.
Oh.
And then that caused my brain to remember Infinity Train. Welcome Hellfire. We've just been talking about Yu Yu Hakusho and now Demon Slayer because Kama Jojo's like, please watch JoJo. It's on my manga reading list. I want to read the JoJo manga first, and then watch the anime because Cal said that would be a cool thing to do.
You said this on the Deluxe volumes, like if you.
Yes, I know but the thing is, when I say JoJo's on the manga list, it's below Undead Unluck. Like it goes One Piece, the rest of Dragon Ball Super because I want to finish that before the new chapters start. Then Undead Unluck, then JoJo's below that. Like there's an order to things.
Don't forget.
Yes.
Watch Zoids at some point.
Yeah, no, Zoids is on the anime list. That's a separate list. There's like the manga list. There's the anime list. There's the live action TV drama list.
I think Sam will watch Zoids once Discotek release a set.
It would make it a lot easier.
This is the thing. I don't think they can because of who owns it in North America.
Oh yeah, because I imagine Hasbro. Exactly. Hasbro still has some hold because Wild did came out.
Hasbro effed up Wild. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a person who loves Zoids, as a legitimate person who loves Zoids Chaotic Century and New Century Zero, and depending on the day, I'll humor Fusors. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Hasbro effed Zoids a high frickin' hell because they had that license on hold and waiting, and it wasn't until the Gundam boom that they decided to start bringing it over.
But even then, it wasn't a full release.
Yeah,
because
they mispromoted it, they misreleased it, and I think the biggest issue with Zoids was because the gimmick of them being buildable RC toys was like a very Japanese thing.
Because RC, the RC model kit is a more niche fandom than your straight up just regular model kit toy. Because so that was the problem and such like that. And plus, because I remember they didn't announce anything about the anime coming to Netflix. It was just a silent, it's out. Release.
When they did Wild, they sat on that one even longer. They sat on Wild.
I watched 2 episodes of the Wild dub, and I had to quit in the second one because it was painful.
It was. It's average kids anime dub of the time.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like it was so average. I was like, I can't watch like a ton of this.
Yeah, no, they ruined that dub because I watched it subbed, and it was okay. It was actually enjoyable. And then dub came out, and they like really went all in on making it a kids show.
Yeah, that's right. And also like because I think it launched in Canada because that's what the dub's also Canadian because I think it had a launch in Canada, and I don't even know it came out in the West. I only found my was always Wild Hasbro kit at my comic store I was visiting at the time, and that's it. Never found it in stores. I don't think it even released in the US officially.
It's one of those ones where if Tommy Takara they could get around Hasbro and distribute it themselves, it would be so much better because Zoids is seen literally not just as a carbon copy or ripoff of Gundam. It is seen as, a parallel to, what I'm saying? It is treated with the same respect over there.
Yeah, because it helps that Zoids is not another mecha show. There's a mecha robot. It's mecha animals. That's already different enough.
Yeah.
Already.
And
it's kind of running. Is it running into the same uphill battle that Digimon had for a few years? where it's just seen as like lesser Pokemon to a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
how
much.
it is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Because that's
how
sucks.
it's
when that
always
happens.
been.
It's just it's pretty storied. I mean, Wheels. Oh wait, no, Soundout. I told you about how storied it is. Like starting that old and like that there were UK comics written by Grant Morrison back in the 80s. Like
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing about
and a
Zoids.
Commodore 64 game.
Like this is the thing about Zoids. People forget it's so old that they were featured in Godzilla '84.
Yeah, some people don't realize that. Yeah, Zoids didn't start with the 2000 shows. It started in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was
early
completely
80s at
it
that.
was completely a toy-based franchise. Like the best way to explain it, they made the toys first.
Well, it's
Toys
like
were kind of
Diaclone.
popular.
It was like
They
Diaclone. There was
It was
no.
like Diaclone, where they had adverts that promoted the toys as a story, where you'd get maybe VHSs,
Yep.
where you'd see ads on your television. And the thing is, the first line didn't do that well, like Diaclone. Then they revamped it as Zoids. And then when they went to the Zoids era, this is the funny part. It was outselling supposedly Gundam in its initial years because the Gundam model kits were just god awful back then. Because
those are
Bandai
Sue. Was
started
that
taking
was that
over.
Sue Pulpy, right? Those was the Pulpy era Gundam stuff, right?
Yeah.
It was like the other, because remember, the other toy license wasn't Bandai. And then when Bandai came in around Zeta Gundam, is when it picked up. And at that time, Zoids just kept producing more and more stuff.
Also
Then
want to
Zoids
mention that when it became
became
Zoids, it was actually Technozoids.
Yeah. They didn't. The thing is, they didn't. For some reason,
And in Latin America,
Takara Tomy-
Star Zeta. Star
so
Zeta.
supposedly, the reason why Takara Tomy didn't push for Zoids sooner is because they had the happy accident of when they decided to almost go into a Zoids cartoon. Was that
Like an American made one?
They were gonna do like just like supposedly an anime / cartoon. We don't know how, but what happened was Transformers happened. Transformers was big. Then they did the Brave series, and then when stuff happened, I guess what was it? The studio that went to make Zoids, Zebek or whatever, came to them and was like, "Yo, why haven't you done an anime yet?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we have Transformers and Braves." And they were like, "Well, Gal Gaigar's over. There's no Transformers right now, and Car Robots is sucking." And they're like, "Bet."
Well, yeah, because Takara during that era had like they were relying on two things: it was Zoids and Web Diver as their next big franchise.
And
so
Web Diver didn't work out, did it?
Not really. Yeah. I mean, people love it, but it didn't really work out in the sense that.
Oh, what? Something went wrong while displaying his webpage. What?
Yeah, supposedly what happened was
your stream just like
the studio went to them, and the next thing you know, we got Zoids. That's how we got Zoids. Was literally, I think the studio had to go to them, and they also realized, I think at the time, what was it, their 20th anniversary or 15th anniversary coming up or something like that.
All right, couple comments before we move on. Hellfire says, "How long until I can bully Soundout to live stream Kingdom Hearts?" Tell Nomura to put a date on 4, and maybe I'll crack these open. I have the whole
Hey, you have a capture card now.
I have the capture card. I just need a timeline. Like, give me a date for 4, and I'll schedule this out. I own all the games. I haven't played them. Like, I bought them all on sale, and I was like, I should play these. I just haven't. And I don't feel pressured because 4 is like, 10 years off or whatever. I don't know. Let's see. Psycho's love how you whip them out. I know they're sitting under the TV stand. They're just sitting there going like, eventually. Let's see.
I like how you have the Kingdom Hearts games on hand to pull out. No,
they're under my TV. Like I'm like, if I get into the mood somehow, like I want to have them accessible. So they're just sitting under the TV. Like they're not getting played, but they're right there. All right. Anyways.
Comrade 64 just got me a flashback.
Collector K9 wanted to clarify some things, like how Zoids was
he wants to bring up the part about
Tomy brand, not a Takara brand. Yeah.
Whatever.
Tomy before, but now they merged. So.
Common Jojo says, "What about Final Fantasy VII Remake?" I started the first one or whatever it was, and I just like.
Well, remake.
Yeah, remake. I just couldn't get into it. I would stream Dynasty Warriors Gundam if maybe just for fun one day. And then let's see. What was it? Someone said something. Arrowverse 16 said KH4 won't come out till 2026, so still doing the Final Fantasy game. Yeah, like it's a ways off, but we'll see.
Guys, we're not gonna get Kingdom Hearts 4 until like PlayStation 7.
I mean, at this rate. Anyways, let's get to the like topics. So, anyways, as Collector K9 clarified, Zoids the Tomy brand with the Brave Series Web Diver were current, had nothing to do with Takara's decisions besides because they hadn't merged with Tomy yet. So, it's Takara now, it wasn't Takara at the time. All right, PSA time.
Who cares? They're the same thing to me. And
well, they're the same thing now, but it does matter for historical context. Like, I'm gonna always stick up for historical context.
It's like how I must have been. Remember for 12 months. There was 6 Rangers, Zord, Mech, and Morpher from Power Rangers. So 6 Ranger. Zord,
and this is the last
Morpher.
thing we're doing before getting onto the news. Psycho says, imagining damaging expensive item film video. I've not done that. All right, favorite 6 Ranger Zord. Zord, Mech, and Morpher. 2 of those things are the same. Or 6 Ranger, Mech, and Morpher. Favorite 6 Rangers.
I think it's.
Yeah, I'm just confused. Anyways, favorite 6 Ranger Mech, favorite 6 Rangers, the Magna Defender. Favorite 6 Ranger Mech. That's a tricky one because there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of bad ones too. Technically, Pyramidas is a 6 Ranger mech. I like Pyramidas a lot.
I mean, it is. It is a 6 Ranger mech.
No, there was like some official like guide thing that was like, oh no, his actual like Zord is the warrior wheel, and it's like
it's his mech.
I'm like, he lives in the pyramid. What are you talking? And then favorite 6 Ranger Morpher.
Nope.
Where'd the audio go?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can't hear.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I don't have it. I'm trying to go through 30 years of Power Ranger Morphers to land on one that I like better than the other.
I was like, oh god, it's internet.
No, it's just my brain just shut down. I don't have an easy answer for that because I haven't thought about it. I'm gonna say the
connection to life.
I'm gonna say the Solar Cell Morpher just because I like the grip phone a lot. It feels nice.
I really like the titanium Morpher.
I wish the toy on the titanium Morpher didn't suck. Yeah, because it's poorly designed to like the little things. That
they just go.
Like I like the toy, but the design of the toy is bad because it's so flat that the strap, just putting the strap on, puts pressure on the 2
straps,
the 2 rods that hold the strap in place, and so they snap really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like now that we're years out. All right, let's get to the news. All right, so last week on the channel we had a comic book haul for December. The audio was weird in that video. My apologies. It was because I was testing out a wireless microphone.
I'm really glad the response. I really got a positive response, which I'm really happy to hear.
Got a ton of comments. I was responding to comments like every hour. It was pretty great.
It was good. I really enjoyed the video because it just it's like the Blu-ray haul, something comfy to watch to talk about comics and such like that. I think that really I think that should become a mainstay of the channel. I
definitely want to do more of it. And it'll probably be monthly just because I do buy a ridiculous amount of comics in a month. As opposed to the Blu-ray haul. So
there's more comics. There's more comics coming out than Blu-rays.
Yeah. The other thing is like, some people may not have heard the audio issue. It bugs me, but like I was testing a wireless microphone. I got to work on it some more. I don't like it. I got to see if it's going to work.
Also, it's a good way to help people Also, as some people say in that video, it's a good way to remind people, oh yeah, that's out now. Because sometimes people kind of forget.
Especially with stuff like Gargoyles where they keep delaying it constantly. Also, everyone go read Dracula by James Tynion IV and Mark Simmons. And then we had the Odra Caliber Memorial Edition review, which was 40 minutes, but it's a Memorial Edition item. What was a surprise? And then for shorts last week,
did you shout by
what was that?
Did you shout the Power of Grade School with that thing?
I could. I didn't do it in the video, but I could have. I did a little short on the 90s Toy Biz Marvel line, like. Just
I kind of like to make more of those videos. I like those kind of like random videos like that.
I'd love to make more of those because they're a lot easier to make than like the Figure Arts reviews. The Figure Arts reviews to do like this Luffy short, or no, Specifically, this Itachi short took me like 2 solid hours to make, and it's only like 1 minute and 17 seconds long. Also, YouTube bumped my runtime up to 3 minutes on shorts, so I don't have to cut things awkward. There's a lot of awkward cuts in some of these shorts because I have to be 1 minute or else it converts into a regular video. So now I can just work. I just go over by like 10-15 seconds. It's fine. But so we had Itachi as well. All right, now the last update in regards to the channel, if I could stop clicking the wrong thing, thank you very much. I went and took 2 things out of the bio for social media. We'll talk. First one.
Need to update.
Yeah. We'll have to update the thing here. First of all, my country's banning TikTok on the 19th, so no point in me posting there anymore. I won't be able to like access it. It's dumb. It's stupid. Like, I don't know why we're doing this at all, but whatever. And then I'm also dropping Instagram, and the reason why is because Meta updated their policies to they're not doing any fact checking anymore. And they just said that, you know, they sent out this updated moderation guidelines to the Meta staff to say that examples of now acceptable comments are let me just zoom this in. I can't say any of these or else I'll get demonetized. But these are now acceptable comments according to Meta. And on that note, I don't want to post on Instagram anymore. So they can screw off. I'll just post on Blue Sky and Discord and here on YouTube. And you guys can find me there. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. So don't expect to find me on Instagram. I'm not going to be deactivating my accounts because I need
what do you mean?
I'm not going to deactivate my accounts because I need to keep the
there's no fake
usernames so nobody impersonates me, but I'm not doing this anymore. So I don't even post on Instagram that much anyways.
What do you mean specifically by doesn't fact check anymore?
So the thing is, if someone posted like made a post where they said like Mark Zuckerberg died at the age of 45 and he was like still alive, there would be like a thing where you get your post would get taken down. You get a notice like you posted misinformation about a real life event, right? They're no longer doing that anymore. They'll expect community notes to do it. Yeah,
so it's like
they're gonna add community notes like Twitter, which, you know, look how well that works. Not great. So they're doing that, which means it's going to be more misinformation than actual substance, just like Twitter is. And I just don't play with that anymore. But this part here about how basically they're not going to punish any kind of hate speech whatsoever, and not going to be on a platform that, not going to give them anything to work with. And on top of that, some users have reported that taking a picture through the Instagram app using a filter resulted in them getting an advertisement where an AI put them into the ad and then target the ad at them. So I'm not doing that either. I'm done with Instagram. This is, you know, don't expect to find me over there. This is ridiculous. Absolutely do not like that. So don't expect me to find me on those platforms. You can find me on Blue Sky, you can find me on Discord, and you can find me here. And that's it going forward for now. So, you know, if there another social media site pops up and I actually like it, maybe I'll pop up there. But for now, I'm just going to stick to... Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Social media is dead.
Social media is slowly becoming like...
We got to go back to the forums, boys. We got to go back to forums.
In a lot of ways, like... Discord is that.
Isn't Discord just forums? Yeah,
Discord is forums in a lot of ways. So yeah, if you guys want to find me, you can find me on Discord, and if you also want to find me on Blue Sky, you can do that. Master Ben says, "You ever done Snapchat?" I have a personal Snapchat, and I don't use it, so I don't feel like I need to do a business version because I don't know what to. I don't know how you grow an audience on Snapchat. That's just like a whole different thing. So.
We don't even know how to grow an audience on Twitter. Who the hell?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, long story short, social media is kind of sucking terrible right now. So, I appreciate you guys having the notification bell on your subscriptions because that really helps. And if you're in our Discord, you get a ping every time a video goes up. So, much appreciated because outreach programs ain't working out like they once were.
I found out we're good for Thursday.
Cool.
Bad news is our next guest probably has to cancel because their house got caught.
Oh, that's really sad.
Oh yeah,
also
support all the people in LA people.
Yeah, I should have
When
mentioned at the
you
top of
can.
the show, but I got kind of distracted. My heart goes out to everybody that's being affected by the wildfires in California. It's absolutely horrifying, and if anybody has like, if you personally, if you're a viewer and you have been affected by the fires and have like a GoFundMe or something, shoot me a link. I'll post it out on a
You
Blue
know,
Sky. Make a
even if you
community
can't
post.
support monetary, spreading the word always helps.
Yeah. So if any of you guys are, I'm not in California, Masterman. If you guys, if anybody you watching, if you're like one of my viewers, I'll post out your GoFundMe links if you have it. And I hope no one does, because I hope that hasn't happened to anybody. But it's really awful seeing it happen. Because there's a lot of people, and there's also I've seen a lot of really callous statements like, just remember, guys, that like 95% of actors don't make any more than like basically minimum wage off of what they do. Just because they were in a famous TV show doesn't mean they're rich and have like 4 homes and stuff. There is like the top 5% that do, but there's actors like, there's some actors in Star Trek who like could afford a house the first time that they've now lost a house and now they're not sure if they can afford another one. And that really sucks, and it's really horrible. So, my heart goes out to everybody, and I hope that they can contain the fires as soon as possible because it's just a bad situation all around. So, on that note, let's talk about the entertainment industry. Not the industry as a whole, because there's like almost no news this week because of that. Understandably, a lot of stuff has been postponed.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like the Oscar nominations are postponed. The new Daredevil trailer's been postponed. Like it makes sense. But on the good news front, if you wanted to watch Macross Super Dimension Fortress Flashback 2012, Lovers Again, Macross Plus, Macross 7, Macross 0, Macross Frontier, and Macross Delta, you can now watch them on Hulu. So that's pretty cool because that means there you go.
So remember, right? The only Macross series not on Hulu is because of Harmony Gold, right?
Yep,
pretty much, including the one I want the most.
And it's on Disney Plus, right? Because of Hulu.
Yeah, it should be.
If you had the plan that has the Hulu.
You know what that means, boy?
Unless you're like Dragon Ball through Disney Plus via Hulu, where like 90% of the episodes are missing.
All right, boys, gotta go watch Plus on Plus.
Yeah.
Plus is good.
Plus on
My
Plus.
favorite one is still not there because of Harmony Gold, and it's the movie.
Yeah, because I think it's the first series in the movie that Harmony Gold still have hold of. I know K9 knows for sure. So
you remember Love,
yeah.
which
I don't even think they did dub that, did they? Did Harmony Gold?
There was a obscure dub, super obscure dub for it. But I don't remember if it's Harmony Gold.
What's Harmony Gold even do? Because
if they sit on,
they mostly just license it, like, and then license out Robotech.
I'm really surprised they still can stay afloat for just doing that alone.
I think they just stay afloat using Robotech as a crutch. Like, not specifically Macross, but like the Robotech, because they'll license it out for merchandise and stuff.
I guess I guess that
means what's hilarious is it still sells.
Yeah, it's because it hits the nostalgia people from the 80s.
Yeah, I guess that's why. Because I would say if only one brand can, I doubt like only one brand can suffice you as a company, but I guess it does that well.
I have a weird feeling we're gonna find out Harmony Gold's been money laandering for the last 30 years, and then it's just gonna be like, oh, that makes sense. Like we're gonna have one of those moments of, wow, we didn't know that, but it's not surprising.
I'm gonna send you a message, Soundout, about that.
Because it's not like we joke about Saban a lot of time, but Saban has a lot more. Saban lives off by royalties alone. Is why they stay afloat and such like that.
Usually royalties off of music that he steals credit for.
I can't wait till like Harmony Gold's mob stories got even worse than they used to be.
Oh, that's what I was gonna message you.
Everyone knows that one.
Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never mind my message.
Yep.
But here, take the gift.
I will say that it is nice that Macross is getting more accessible because the last couple releases have been like really expensive Blu-rays that are like impenetrable for anyone that's casually wanting to pick stuff
So
up.
when's the Macross watch guy? Yeah, the viewing guy.
I don't know. Does Macross go above or below Zoids in the watch list?
No, it goes below because Zoids is shorter.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Zoids much shorter.
Yeah.
I've already won this argument because you also said before you even said you were going to start Yu Yu Hakusho, you literally told me and Jerry like twice you were watching Zoids right after Naruto.
Yep. All right.
I got you.
In other news, 156 Golden Princess films have been acquired by Shout Studios. These are a lot of like Hong Kong action films. John Woo directed. Chow Yun-fat is in a lot of these. You know him best from like all of his other work and not Dragon Ball Evolution Master Roshi, but a lot of people would recognize him as Master Roshi. But he was the best part of the movie, so you know.
Exactly where you know him from, people.
Like, look, Dragon Ball Evolution can get some shit for like, pretty much all of it, but casting-wise, Chow Yun-fat as Master Roshi was great. Like,
I actually like Grapple Gohan in that movie also.
I honestly, outside of like the weird prevalence of white people, like that movie's cast is pretty good. I thought Piccolo was well cast. Obviously he was good at playing a green villain in Dragon Ball because he did it again.
His redemption
because he's the one that cares.
He's the one that cares. I didn't mind the casting on Bulma. I didn't mind the casting on
It is anybody in Dragon Ball that it is anybody that makes sense to be a white woman. It's Chi-Chi.
Or Bulma,
Bulma.
Right? Yeah.
Bulma, sorry, yeah, Bulma.
If anyone's going to be a white woman in Dragon Ball, it's Bulma. The rich girl who inherited all her money, yeah.
Exactly.
Bulma's so white, and the Saiyans are so questionably, like, mixed Asian and white. Like, even though it's Son Goku, like, Wukong, like, the way they present them is that they are, they are a mix of mongrels and East.
I mean, as
Mongols?
As someone that has a mildly mixed background, I have the same hairline as Vegeta.
I wonder that's why, like, GT and some coloring of Goku and Vegeta give them more of a darker color scheme.
Yeah, they do have tan. Yeah, they have more of a
tan
skin tone.
Yeah. No, it's
especially in GT.
I think that was intentional. I think it was like intentional, kind of like how Oda's color art for One Piece, like he gives everybody a different like skin tone, like they're from a different part of the world, which is something I really like.
Sadly, poor Robin still had her melting suck out.
I know. It was like Robin just had a tan while she was in Alabasta, and then she left and just kind of faded away.
Yeah.
It's like, girl,
it's like most white girls on the West Coast. As soon as they leave, they turn back to their normal color.
It's like me when I'm at Disneyland absorbing sun all day versus me when I come home.
Is that your Alolan counterpart?
Yes. I have an Alolan variant when I'm out in like tropical climates and like in the sun and stuff. Yeah, no, it's like maybe that's why Robin's my favorite character. We have the same skin thing. Needs sun to have true color. Back to this. Basically, Shout has nabbed worldwide rights minus select Asian territories, naturally, because that's where they originate from.
You don't say.
And then so it's 156 movies that haven't really been released over here. Some of them have been before, some of them aren't. These include the Hard-Boiled, The Killer, Better Tomorrow trilogy, Bolt in the Head, Once a Thief, from John Woo, as well as Ringo Lam's City on Fire, Prison on Fire, and its sequel, Eric Sang's Aces Go Places, Sui's Pecking Opera Blues, Tony Ching's Chinese Ghost Story trilogy, and additional hits like Y Caifei's Peace Hotel, Andrew Cam and Johnny Toe's The Big He, and Alex Law's Now You See It, Now You Don't. So it does include a lot. Probably not Bulletproof Monk, because I think that was... Who owns that movie?
That was an American-made movie.
It was an American-made movie, right? Yeah, that wouldn't include in this, but...
Anyways, I got a feeling Sony owns that.
I have a weird feeling it's Sony too. They have.
Yeah, because from what I remember, Sony made a lot of like Asian star like action movies during like
they own Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
They also partnered with a lot of studios during that time.
That too, yeah.
A lot of Asian movies,
like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which is like an award-winning movie, and it's great. But it's also Sony owns that. All right, that's it for entertainment news. Blu-ray news time.
One of my favorite movies that I never finished watching, unironically Soundout. It's guest stars or supporting cast wasn't in the film when I got to that far, but the chick who played Irio is in this one film that I've never got to finish yet, and she's in the later, she's in Act 2 of the film, and it's that one that I kept telling Jerry about, where the chick has to go to find her boyfriend in Japan and realizes the detective isn't a detective because he has a gun.
Yes,
that's wild. She's in that movie, and it's a Hong Kong Japanese co-production released by Sony.
Well, that's cool. Scream Factory, Shout Factory March releases. We've got Night of the Creeps. Bring It On 25th Anniversary Edition 4K.
Ooh,
Actually,
I
it's a good movie.
like that.
Welcome,
I love
Rivers.
that movie.
Forbidden World 4K.
Oh.
We've got Ghost Cat Anzu on Blu-ray. Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 6, including, can I read these titles? Swordsman 3, The 12 Gold Medallions, The Black Enforcer, Duel for Gold, Finger of Doom, Nacha and the Seven Devils, Shadow Girl, Swordsman at Large, The Black Tavern, The Young Avenger, and Crazy Nuts of Kung Fu.
I want that collection. I need that.
And then to round it out, the rock opera that is Tommy, 50th Anniversary Edition 4K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
With the Elton John version. Remember, right?
Yeah, this is...
Instead of the Who version.
Yeah, it's the Elton John version, because it's Roger Daltrey as Tommy, and Anne Margaret, and Oliver Reed, and Tina Turner, and Derek Clapton, and Jack Nicholson, and the pinball wizard, Elton John himself.
He sure can play a mean game of pinball.
I love that song. There's I forgot what it was. There's one of those pinball it was one of those digital pinball collections that's on PlayStation and Switch and stuff, where it just plays
Pinball FX, Pinball FX.
Yeah, Pinball FX. One of them, I can't remember which one it is. One of them has Pinball Wizard as the menu music.
Oh,
it's awesome. I love it. Also, side note, I love pinball. Fun fact, because we don't ever talk about pinball, but
Are you a pinball master?
No, but I might be a pinball wizard. Depends on my day. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy pinball at my round 1, and I adore it. I adore it a lot.
Are you a digital pinball guy or a physical pinball guy?
I like physical pinball, but I'll also play digital pinball. I'll do both.
I like digital because they're too damn frickin' high. Ableist bastards.
That's true.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's true. They should make a slanted one.
Benjamin Wiseman says, but how is he at Spinball? I'm assuming you're talking about the pinball wizard.
That'd actually make it harder.
No, Sonic Spinball.
So damn harder.
I think he's talking about Sonic Spinball.
No, I'm just saying, I guess he's referring to the pinball wizard being good at Spinball. I'm good at Spinball because I love pinball. Hellfire says, did you like the pinball mini game in Sonic Frontiers? Best moment of the game for me. 100%. I enjoyed that so much. If a game randomly throws pinball at me, I'm gonna be like, this is the greatest. There's all these great moments in Frontiers, but yes, the pinball mini game was my favorite.
So is all the casino stages your favorite levels in each Sonic game?
I love those so much, and every time I play them, I end up accidentally going overtime and losing the stage because I'm just trying to rack up the highest score. And then I forget I'm supposed to complete it.
I love we all on this stream unlock lore. The pinball.
This is the pinball lore. Thank you. I guess we could say thank you, Elton John.
Hey guys. So I think someone mentioned Rider 71 on home. The original on home video. Jeremy Carr mentioned. I just realized why they won't put it on home video here. I just realized why.
Why?
We ever talked about this before? I think they're afraid, even though it'd be still hard subbed, they don't want people to reverse import it anyways because it would be way cheaper than their overpriced collection. And
so you're I know what you're saying, because Toei just did the 4K that's $900. That they maybe don't release it anywhere else for maybe hopefully that expires eventually because they let us have beats.
Because remember it's if it's 78 episodes, they'd have to sell it in two $50 collections.
98 episodes.
You think that's why Geats is so expensive?
I think Geats is the proximity of Geats to its Japanese Blu-ray. I do think is why it's so expensive. I think that was a Toei decision. Now, if I was Shout, I would have just held off and not released it until later. But I'm not Shout. I'm not also Toei. I don't even know if that's the deal. It's just a guess based on past experiences.
Oh, I can smell that it's one of the home video releases they're afraid of.
Because they did just do the 4K in Japan, and that was like insanely priced. So it does make some sense. Actually, it really does. Speaking of Japanese companies that love coming after our wallets without actually giving us good stuff, it's Bandai who makes good stuff. But I'm just being facetious.
Oh boy.
SMP Maho Sentai Magi Ranger Magi King. This is our Magi Ranger 20th anniversary celebration. You don't get a changer, you don't get a movie, you get a mecha in model kit.
I'm right. Suck it.
In model kit form.
Yep. So here we have Magi Phoenix and his ridiculously large sword. This is one of those things that, like, the original toy, like, his sword was a lot smaller, but that also meant the sword for the main mecha was smaller because of the way that the weapons combine. So they just were like, screw it, we're just gonna give him a gigantic sword to fit the Magi King proportions. He looks fine. He looks a little, his shoulders are huge. This is definitely one of those kits.
With you.
This kit prioritizes the Magi King mode and sacrifices the individuals, for sure.
They really did, because even though they improved the mermaid to have, like, the cool mermaid
We'll get to the mermaid. Don't jump ahead of me. We're just talking about Phoenix. Let me get down.
The best looking one.
I know, but anyways. Phoenix has extra articulation. They're like, look, he has toe joints. I'm like, isn't that a transformation joint? But it's cool. I mean, he looks really articulated, for sure. Here's Magi. What is his name? Magitar? Is that his name? Magitaurus, I thought his name, right?
That might be. Is this a machine translation scenario?
It's whatever Bandai's site's doing. Yeah, it's probably. Anyways, Magitaurus. The axe.
He looks the same.
He looks exactly the same, yeah, but his axe was smaller. It's like we got a bigger sword, smaller.
I think because it's the way how he. It's probably they couldn't figure out how to give extra possibility. Will also have him be transformation. Also, he got shot. Also, he looks like he got shot multiple places.
That's all. That was the problem with the original toy too.
Another thing they screwed up too, I noticed, is a lot of the pieces have smaller heads. And I think it's to, like, compensate for either the combined mode.
Because I noticed his proportions feel a bit off for where I feel like he should be, and that's probably because
I think it's because of the combination.
They're focused on the Magi.
Yeah, he does have huge ankle joints, which is kind of cool. Here's Magi Fairy. Apparently, she is gonna have. There's gonna be a port you can flip up on Taurus's shoulder to plug Fairy.
So she could be the parrot.
Yep. Magi Fairy has the same articulation as the original, which is basically just the shoulders.
Okay, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces probably.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more.
Wait, hold on. Let me look at that.
Eyes.
1, 2, 3,
Unless
4,
she better be paint. She better be painted, because I feel like she's gonna be a nightmare to stick her.
Yeah.
Like.
Samantha Crow says, I imagine she's like Gyn from SMP Mike Gyn.
Yeah, tiny thing. Yeah, I hope she's like the fully painted item, because she probably could be a nightmare to stick her.
She would be, like, because the original toy is like an inch tall.
Tiny.
Like, this has got to be
this is gonna be smaller.
Yeah. All right, now Mermaid. Mermaid, the chunky bitch she is. I love Mermaid, but, like, my goodness, she's just so thick.
I was really hoping for, like, drop down elbows. Like, I was really hoping for her to, like, look good, and it sucks.
Yeah, she didn't get any. The only extra thing she got is an additional.
Mermaid.
Yeah, they actually gave her a mermaid tail.
Can she really rotate her head? Yeah, it looks like she can.
I think so. They gave her the mermaid tail. The mermaid tail also holds the extra hands. Like, it's got a combo feature, which is kind of neat.
I mean, hey, at least it's a good story place for them.
Hellfire says, "Is it bad? I wish SMP did more printing detail on the stickers." No, it's not, because 100% of us agree with that, right, Wheels?
Especially how much they cost.
For how much they cost, these things should be fully painted. Like,
listen, for how much these things cost, they should actually have more high-grade Modelroid engineering.
Yes. It's been our biggest thing, and, like, Wheels and I both like SMP a lot, but the joints and the stickers kind of ruin the experience half the time.
The stability of joints were never, like, we had issues, like, early on with Super Mini Plot, where, like, okay, I think Muteki Shogun was the only one that really broke back in the day. It was, like, the only one.
Really, because the one my copy doesn't. It feels fine. Maybe because I got the US release, maybe they improved.
I think the US release was better. Yeah.
I think. Well, all I know is Muteki Shogun had breakage issues. Galaxy Mega was the second most prone break that I knew about. But then Gal Ranger happened, and Go-Go 5 happened, and everything went to shit. When Go-Go 5 and Gal Ranger came out, everything just started breaking. And that's also possibly because,
Smith the Crow says, can confirm
yeah, I know,
SMP.
I know
Smith the Crow said Firebird and Grandbird both have crack joints.
Yes.
Yeah, I cracked a joint on Dynazenon the other day while trying to extend the leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how much did that Dynazenon cost?
$140.
Oh, no. I ain't fit with.
Yeah,
the problem with SMP is the same problem with NECA, where it's just everything is hard plastic. There's no material variety. It's just all hard plastic. And so you have hard plastic grinding on hard plastic throughout the nightclub and trying to get a date. It's ridiculous.
Question, was Gal King's suit, was that really suit when there was Super Mini Plot? Was that
no, that was the first Shogokan modeling project. That was the first Shogokan modeling project.
I think we know the pattern now then, because I feel... Yeah. Because I noticed it, because ever since...
5 was what? Right before Shogokan? It was the last one before Shogokan modeling.
No. It was... Go-Go 5 was the last one, then Gal King was the very first Shogokan modeling
I feel
so
I know.
Literally that transition point onwards.
Yeah, I noticed that. Where ever since they remade the Shogokan Model project, all this, the quality, the classic quality has been going nuts.
Because Wheels was saying, was it Gingayo doesn't have bad hips, but then Bull Taurus does?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gingayo has thicker hips, but Bull Taurus has the same hinge joints as Gao King, which are more fragile. Gingayo could still break his hips, but they're thicker.
And also adding to this, the Super Live Robo, which was Super Mini Plot, I can't take it apart anymore. I can't put it back into its individual modes because all the joints are seized up. All the sliding joints. I have to shock oil the crap out of it to move it anymore. It's just a brick now.
Yeah.
I like Super Mini Plot or SMP. I like SMP in concept. In execution, it can get real funky because of the hard plastic.
Especially when you're playing this much.
Yeah.
When you're playing this much, these shouldn't happen. In fact, I think because it gave me a flashback during the Build Fighter Tri days where where everything was brittle, where you could breathe on it.
And then we got to the IBO days where everything was loose. Yeah, it's like that. It's just the problem I think is if they use some softer materials for joints, it would be really great because it would help. I think a lot.
Because I think the problem with SMP, I know this, because does regular Mini Plot use the same kind of plastic as SMP?
They use a softer plastic.
If anyone knows. Okay, because I feel like that's the problem. Because I feel like because the fact that these guys are candy toys, I feel like Bandai's mind says they need to make them more harder plastic so they can survive in their boxes or whatever.
But then 70% of the line is P Bandai, anyways. It's kind of why are they?
Yeah, that's the problem. It's
toys,
they're ideological. Yeah, what's the point? It kind of snare. I think that's the problem. They think they average the main appeal of Mini Plot is the posability, but they think, we need to design make sure the quality is like a collector's toy and such as that. And that's the problem. Is I feel like they made the quality.
The problem is they don't.
It's too stiff because
plastic is.
They think people are just gonna display them once and that's it.
They feel like that. They feel like once you display them, you shouldn't touch them. Like Hellfire said, I don't want to touch Dynazenon. He just stays in the same mode. Yeah, I don't.
What is so weird because I feel like Bandai hobby quality wise has gotten so much better ever since where I have sometimes it would creak, but most of the time I can
any of those figurized standard Digimon kits you can just pick up and pose. And
because I
even
put them
real
up...
grade Gal Gaigar. Yeah, he's a little bit more finicky because he's a real grade, but he doesn't feel like
those hands.
Yeah,
those hands. Yeah, but because recently, I put on my new display because display. If I put my Digimon up, and I messed with the figurized standards when I put them up. They work just fine. No creak, no nothing. They work just like how I built them. When I first got them years ago.
And that's also why I said I don't need transforming mecha. Could we just get Sentai mecha kits that are just the robot modes? Because what do I do with these? I combine them together and they stay that way.
Yeah, exactly. You leave them there.
Right, Wheels?
I think I only combine combine ones that are, not a pain in the ass to do. Because, like, I'll play with Kakure Dai
Wait, am
Shogun.
I muted?
Kakure Dai Shogun.
No, you're
No,
on.
we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wheels, you're up.
I was just saying, Kakure Dai Shogun is just, a very easy pose. Like, Kakure Dai Shogun Ninja Megazord, one of the best ones that you can switch between arts to mecha. Like, it's almost like the deluxe toy on crack.
Yeah.
Galaxy Mega would be like that if its hips were redesigned. That toy could just like the deluxe. If
a lot of it really does come down to the joints, doesn't it?
Gengayo feels really good, except for the sliding joint in the lion. But I did sand it down, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know what I should sand down and what I shouldn't until it becomes an issue, and then I don't know what to do with it,
Okay, like, this is the funny part. Every Gal Ranger mecha except the Bison is great.
Yeah, I agree, because I have...
Even though some people have broken the shoulder joints on their Gal Kings recently, I do think the reason they broke it was because they didn't sand it.
Yeah, like, the 4 I have, the Bison feels the worst, for sure.
It is. It's 100%.
Hellfire says, this is why I say SMP is never a good replacement for DX Mecha and why I bitch about more reissues. I'm right there with you, because you don't have the SMP kits aren't playable, right? You build them, you put them together, and then it's there. It's done, right? And the playability, that's why, like, at one point I was like, oh, I'm gonna become a mini plot collector, an SMP collector, and then I just, like, went back into my dirty old DX habit, because I actually I realized, oh, what I like about the DX mecha was just slapping them together and combining them. I don't really enjoy I didn't enjoy, like, the mini plaws as much, because they weren't as stable.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I've come to hate deluxe mecha because there is no articulation, and
and that's fair.
I don't.
I'll never fight you on that unless it's King Odra, in which case no one's allowed to complain, because they did. King Odra was the best mecha line because it had slapped together playability and it had articulation. It was beautiful.
If mecha could give me articulation, but, like, I also don't like the big sizes anymore. I don't want freaking large
space.
That's fair too, because, like, that's my biggest display is all my Megazords.
The biggest, because here's the thing. I'd rather have them, like, as you and me were talking over the weekend when you and me were doing some size comparisons. Here's the thing. I literally want mini Pla / Power Rangers mecha model kits that can be mecha, that can be Megazord, Robos, and a kit. I want them to be no bigger than, like, Garuda in its base size.
Should I bring up the scale chart I made?
Yeah, get the little image, because we're still working on a scale chart.
Yeah.
But if you can make it around, like, 9 inches tall, that's fine, because I'm looking at my original Mighty Morphin Megazords. They all exceed, like, 10 inches.
That's why I like the mini SMP kits for Power Sentai Power Ranger, because you get it, like, they scale more to, like, you could, because if you're doing display, you can't really do anything with the Sentai DX Mecha because nothing scales to it. If you have a 6-inch scale figure, you could play with your monster figures and have them fight that and all that such.
Most mini plot figures need to be 7 inches minimum, like 10 inches maximum. If you want, like,
Muteki, when we're talking mini plot, we also include SMP, because they're basically the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Here's the thing. I'm looking at stuff, and, like, for example, Ryu Soldier's mecha. It's really good basic ass mini plot at its size. I think it's one of the best mini plot they released was the Ryu Soldier one.
All right, so to wrap this up, so we can get back to Psycho said, "How are the Jetman mecha?" Well, mine has an arm that's so loose it falls off, but otherwise it's fine. They're fine. Kyle might cancel plans to get some of the mini plot kits if QC's bad. He's saying it's really case by case, and it's just you have to take care of it. No matter what it is, you have to take care of them because they use a lot of very stiff plastic. They're model kits, and you got to work with them, but they're not as fun, I think, as some other kits.
They're not as fun. They're not as fun as your normal high grades or real grades or figure rise standards.
Yeah, exactly.
The best way to explain this, people, is Gal King should be eye level to the RX-78 on the right side, and that's the preferred height. They would have no stability issues.
Yeah, so here we have we have Super Live Boxer, SMP for Super Mini Pla. Then we have the Gundam Aerial, which is a standard high grade. Gao King, which is about standard size for a standalone SMP mech. We've got, what is it, Great Icarus? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, the big combo here. That's
Oh,
like
the big, yeah.
That's like
yeah.
the biggest one I have. Because I haven't finished Dynazen on. This is a Master Grade 3.0 RX-78 and then a Master Grade F90 to show the two sizes of, Master Grades. Early UC and late UC. But yeah, so you can kind of see that, like, what Wheels is talking about is he wants something more in the Master Grade, like the Master Grade 3.0 size, right? Like, good old Grandpa Gundam and Gundam base colors here on the right. Like, that's the size that Wheels wants. And I agree, because I think that would make them better because they'd have bigger joints, and I think that would help with stability. Because it kind of reminds me of how, like, again, Real Grade Gal Gaigar or the high grade Show Ryujin that's coming out, I think are going to benefit from their size and also, like, joint variety. So it's not so great.
Like right about now,
because one of the other SMP kits that's not a comp, one of the SMP kits I have that isn't a combining one is the Leisner kits. I have the first wave, and two of them, the knee joints broke. And the way the knee joints broke was me bending the joint because it was so stiff and tight that I put the joint on and I was like, let me test it. And
that's the thing. Yeah. And I like regular actuators. You can't really do the blow dry or hot water trick with them because they don't work like that.
Yeah. So it's like I didn't know I had to pre-sand those pegs because the pegs were too big. And I don't even know if that would have helped because they're like wedged together, right? So I just had to glue it and cut my losses. That's why I didn't buy any other SMP Leisner kits because.
Fun fact. This is always a way to tell if you need to sand your pegs. Is it a joint? Probably should sand it. Because, like, say you're building Gao Icarus, every joint for the segment on its wings should be sanded. And you should be sanding each peg for maybe more than at least 2 minutes, 4 minutes, if you have the right type of paper. Yeah. Make it that it moves smooth, but it doesn't feel loose.
All right, on that note, though, let's get back to looking at Magiking. Hellfire says, Soundout, Toku Collectibles is Magiking for 90, so other sites like Amazon Japan will probably be between 70 and 80. And that's where, like, the pricing thing is what kind of kills my enjoyment of these, because, like, there's figure arts I buy that are cheaper, like, but yeah, anyways. Haru Sentai says, I've been trying to watch other past Sentai series, but can't find them unless I buy them. Like, I mean, the only official releases before Jew Ranger is like Five-Man and Jetman, which you already said you watched Jetman. You just have to look for fan subs for the rest. I recommend Live Man. Live Man's a good show. All right. So let's get to this. So then, all right, it shows that you can attach the back of the sword, like the rest of the sword piece, onto the back of the mermaid, just like before. I'm not exactly sure what this is calling out. There's something in the shoulder. Oh, is that the clip?
I need a clip. I need a clip to keep the thing in place.
Yep, the clip holds in place. This is Magiking's ankle. Let's get to Garuda. Garuda looks like the same, but then it's like, oh no, they gave Garuda like crazy knee articulation.
So. Yeah, because that's the thing. God, his head's tiny.
Yes, his head was tiny. It's even tinier than it was on the original toy. The original toy's head is tiny, but like this is even more tiny.
His head was tiny, but it still didn't look disproportionate. His head, it's like he looks like the guy from Beetlejuice in the waiting room.
Because the way his head works, you have to flip it around to get the peg for the dragon head. So that's kind of the issue there. There's another SMP kit. Holy crap!
How did it fit to the Shikaku Henshin? Well, it's just small. It's not a pinhead like the Shikaku Henshin figures.
Yeah. Sorry, there's another SMP kit we'll talk about in a moment. All right. Then it just kind of goes into the joints. They did show that they did expand the joints in the wings so you can get more articulation, which is, kind of normal because that's kind of what, Bandai does, right? That's the whole point of this line, is to give articulation where it didn't exist before. There is a NECA figure I need to pre-order. Sorry, I'm trying to get this other link and I got distracted.
The figure got pre-ordered.
It's the Boris Karloff mummy. but it's the version where he's resurrected and he's in like the gold robe. So I'll show it on stream in a moment. Got all these like breaking news because like companies are just like, oh right, we exist. Okay, so let's finish this up. So you can see the wings articulate now. There's the 4 of them together. There's the Maji Dragon looking pretty much the same. It's not too different, right? It looks pretty much the same like the deluxe toy. The Magi Phoenix can do backflips now, so that's sick. Landing there, and then of course they'll combine into Maji King, so they have like your little diagram thing. What's cool is he does come with a 2-fingered hand, so you can have him push
the hat
up, yeah, which is just really really cool. And there's the Maji King.
He doesn't have giant breasts anymore.
Yes, his breast reduction surgery was successful.
Yep.
His breast reduction surgery was successful. This is where all the sacrifices to the individual modes play out, because now you have a better proportion robot mode, like easily, right? It looks really nice.
He doesn't have T-Rex arms anymore.
Yeah, no more T-Rex arms. There is 10 stickers, so you can, and I quote, reproduce as much as possible the face that is famous for being one of the most handsome.
Wait, what?
It comes with 10 handsome faces for Maji King.
Like, was this a Magi Ranger only thing? Because it's been a while since I've seen Magi Ranger.
I think so. Magi Ranger had his face expression change more, as far as I know. I haven't watched the show.
It's so weird, because the only one I can think of that does that is Koryuger and Gal Ranger, so I don't remember Magi King's face ever changing.
Oh, like K9, I'm glad you went back and took a look at the Macross stuff. They say they're stickers, not faceplates. Faceplates would be good and helpful, but no.
Nope.
Oh, K9 clarifies, Harmony Gold has the original Macross lockdown. Toho has Do You Remember Love lockdown.
Dang, nab it, Toho.
Yeah, Godzilla for the win.
That's the one I want.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cal says this is saying they went through 10 prototypes to get the face right, not that there's 10 faces.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what it does say. God, machine translation sucks. Also, for illustrative purposes, it threw it next to Gingayo and be like, look how big this bitch's wings are. Gotta really stop saying bitch on these streams.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite team up that never happened.
I know, right? They're like, this guy had tiny wings. This guy had big wings.
My favorite part though is I'm pretty sure Gao Icarus trumps that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Oh, did Gingayo / Galaxy ever flew with those wings? Or ever? Okay.
Yes.
And
like 4 times. It's hilarious.
Yes. Psychos, the swear jar only applies to the F word. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't care. The rules are arbitrary and nothing makes sense. Yeah, no, it did fly, and there was American exclusive footage of the Megazord flying to grab Terra Venture before it crashed into the Earth.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. But
it happened in Gingaman too.
It happened 4 times because they would jump, glide, and slash, but it's supposed to be obviously I'm flying.
Yeah. Here's the extra hands are going to get wrist articulation, which is kind of cool. So there's extra wrist articulation. The sword is now better proportion because they made pieces of it bigger, and that's the money shot right there.
You can actually hold it all the way instead of having the clips block it to hold it properly.
Yeah, you can actually hold it properly. He's got fully articulated knees. He's got swinging. You can move his boobs and you can move his shoulders, so that way he can actually hold it with 2 hands. So.
Oh, finally! Finally, my breast articulation, finally.
Yes.
Literal life should learn something from this.
Exactly.
We're this close to articulated butt cheeks.
I'll never forget Figma Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Both times they made her, she comes with swappable chests because you couldn't get her arms crossed with her regular boobs.
Because her boobs.
So you had to have the pushed up boobs. Yeah. They had boob options.
Boob physics.
Boob physics. So this is everything that's included. It's the five Titans, the mermaid tail, which also holds the hands on it, the hands, and the sword. So all that for the low price of 8,250 yen. So
if they do continue, do you think for Wool Kaiser, you think they'll do just separate release of Wool Kaiser and wherever the unicorn was called?
Probably. I think that's probably the case because that would make the most
We,
sense to me.
we know more Super Mini Plots being revealed on February 9th.
Yeah, because there's like an event going on or something.
Yeah, with Ami Ami.
Good for Ami Ami. They don't sell SMP to us though.
I know. They're assholes.
All right. So the only site that has pictures so far has a booby girl on it, but it's not too booby, so I think we can do this. There's another SMP that got announced like just now.
How booby is it?
Not too booby. It's SMP King Joe from Ultraman. And so he looks cool. He's gonna, he's articulated. He can have his gun. He can split, of course, into the 4 components. He comes with stands for those 4 components, and then the little device thing. This is how much is this? 6,930 yen, scheduled for June. This one doesn't excite me that much because we have so many King Joe figures, right? It's one of the most iconic monsters of all time. Like, it's not like it's like Maji King feels more special because we haven't seen a new Maji King in like forever, right?
We're also forgetting.
I think since the joint, Gatai figure.
Yeah.
There's also another reason why is that King Joe. They always just keep making King Joe and not giving us any of the custom variant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hellfire says, a while back, Bandai banned a few international sites from selling kits abroad. Was Omni hit with that? Yeah. Bandai didn't ever, like, ban them. They just said, stop doing it because we had distributors. But then everybody who buys Bandai candy stuff was like, but we still need you to sell the candy stuff because they don't give that to us here. So. Peacemaker said, now if this was storage, Joe, that would probably matter. I agree. That would be a little bit more exciting as if it was the storage custom. Yeah. This isn't Bandai, but I don't care. I want to talk about it. Look. They finally made Boris Karloff's mummy for how he appears in 90% of his appearance in that movie. He's only in the mummy form for a short period of time. He revives, and he looks like this for most of it. So they finally making a figure of it.
I like his hat. I like his fez.
I know he would get along with the Doctor.
Because fezzes are cool.
Fezzes are cool. I'm glad they gave him plastic robes because this design, they could have done cloth robes, but I think it would have looked like way too bulky.
Way too baggy.
And stuff, yeah. Another Macross correction from K9. Harmony Gold never licensed Do You Remember Love? Another company did and made a bizarre dub called Clash of the Bionoids. Toho's deal with the company that did Clash of the Bionoids is what has the movie locked. That's fun.
Yeah, that obscure dub I was talking about.
Yeah. This comes with a lot of stuff for a NECA figure. Like, usually they don't come with like this much.
Well,
it is an ultimate, yeah. Ultimate? But usually we don't get that many hands and stuff. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited. This is my review of it because I'm not going to review it. This is probably the last time you'll hear about it until it comes up in a Big Bad Toy Store unboxing. All right, back to Bandai. Oh crap! I forgot.
Can't wait for Month of Monsters. Can't wait for a Month of Monsters unboxing. Unbox the Month of the Monsters.
Anybody that hasn't watched Dragon Ball Daima episode 13, come back in like 2 minutes. 2-minute clock. All right. The countdown ends in 3, 2, 1. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Menu has a figure art. Look at him. He's adorable.
Yeah. He looks good.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
It's rad.
He looks good. He looks. I honestly like Super Saiyan. I think I like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta more than Goku because I like the hair more than Goku's hair.
Goku said, "When he do that?"
Yeah, and also I'm really glad he comes with a stand because he was gonna like topple over.
I feel like all Super Saiyan 3 figures need to come unless they make like the hair flat like Dragon Stars. They need to come with stands.
He also does come with an extra face for Goku, as we would expect. Ton of hands.
I did love his tiny little Gallic gun. I love the tiny little Gal gun.
Yeah. That is cute. Ryan, you have the mini Vegeta. Is it good?
Oh yeah, he's a fine figure. Yeah, he's a really fine figure. I don't know why he came in such a large box.
Yeah, they've been coming in normal size figure art box instead of the smaller size ones.
So much void. Though the way how his head neck joint connects, because he had 2 swappable hairs. You know, the regular serrated and the twin swept. The way how the ball joint, like the dumbbell connects to the neck is weird because at angle is so straight, so it's kind of awkward to get his head in certain poses and all that stuff. But so he's all right figure.
Cool. Yeah, he looks good. I think there is a free shipping deal if you're trying to order it. He comes out in October. My God, these dates are getting far out.
I know, right?
But anyways, moving on. I think our 2 minutes are up. Trying to hide spoilers for Daima's Turkey because they won't freaking release the dub fast enough. All right. People found the Sonic Forms pack at Target, containing Supersonic, the Werehog, and Sonic with the Sonic Adventure 2 shoes.
The soap shoes, or as they call it now, because soap is for people who don't know, soap was a active shoe company that made a deal with Sega to advertise their shoes, and then they died.
Yeah.
And that's why they're now called grind. Just like why they called grind shoes now. Oh, now because technically that's more grinding. That's where same with Shadow's shoes also, all that stuff. But yeah, because this is our yearly Jakks Sonic 3 pack. Because the first one was the Mecha Sonic and Classic Sonic, Mecha Sonic, then Eggman and Classic Eggman. Then the next year was the movie 3 pack with the 3 different Sonics. Then after that was the Sonic Heroes like metallic 3 pack. Then last year was the classic Team Sonic pack, and now this is this year's.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, MJ
Super
Klein,
Sonic
the
Warhog
bootleg
and which honestly is the best 3 pack they made.
Yeah, this is easily the best 3 pack they made. It makes sense.
Yeah, because not only is it a good theme, but also like we got Super Sonic, which only got one other re-release, at least normal, because I know there's the glossy variant, but you don't want the glossy. This is that third re-release of him, and so that's good to have him back.
Werehog's brand new, and the Soap Shoes Sonic hadn't come out yet, right?
Yeah, no, he's new. He's new because Soap Shoe Sonic is slated to be in Wave 21.
Are on Wave 21? Holy cow!
I know, right?
Yeah.
So he's an early preview, and we because we got listings for Grind Shoe Sonic, but we didn't get any. There was no word of a Werehog, so there was a big surprise when people just found it out of nowhere at Target.
It's like our first Werehog merch in like a long, long time.
10 years, yeah, since Jazzwares days. Because there was a Funko Pop, but action figure wise, yes, this is the first. And thankfully, you can easily get this pack.
Yeah, I saw it was in stock at Target. It was funny. I ordered it at 3:30 a.m. Eastern time because it was like only 1:30 here. And it said only 10 in stock, and I was like, "Oh, let me just buy it now."
Oh, you're lucky. They only have one.
No, I mean it said 10 in stock for the online stock, and then I was like, "Yeah," because they didn't have it at my store. I went looking like the day before, and they didn't have it. And then the app didn't say it was available, so I was like, okay. And so I ordered it for shipping, and it said only 10 in stock. And then like the next morning, it was still in stock. I was like, oh, okay, they put the rest up later. And then my stores were like, we have 6 each, and I'm like, okay, well, you didn't have them yesterday. I guess you just got them this morning.
Because it was part of the Target Sunday refresh because it was the refresh after the holiday. So this and the Collector's Shadow, if you're looking for that, are part of the Target refresh. So you can easily find both of them.
Yeah,
it was so nice just ordering on the Target app and picking up my local Target. I wish I could do that with every Jakks item.
I know, right? Not have to spend $35 to ship Amy.
I know, and that's not even just a Jakks Sonic. That's just I don't know why Target does that for their toys, like cheaper toys. It's stupid. But
it's so dumb because they ship them in separate boxes, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so you can get this now.
Mine will show up Wednesday, so.
Yeah, I have in the. They're all great. The Werehog, especially, he has the Werehog. One, he can actually stand better than some of the normal Sonics. Surprisingly, I think because it has like nice weight distribution with his arms and such like that. But also, like they actually gave Werehog
you okay, Wheels?
the ankle joints.
Oh no, I just saw recent news. Sorry, my
okay, all right.
But he has the actual ankle joints of the movie figures, which was surprising to see.
That's good to see because I was hoping they would do that for these figures because that's like because that would help with stability a whole lot.
I think it's due to the design, Sally. So I'm not sure that's gonna be a staple. I think because
it's easy to hide ankle joints in this, for sure.
Yeah, but still, this is a great 3 pack.
Yep. Psycho O's asked, when is the next Sonic?
Get it now.
Yeah, Psycho O said, when is the next Sonic and Super 7 videos? Next Sonic video will be once I get this 3 pack because then I can review everything except for Fang.
So.
because I don't.
And Fang's actually easy to find, surprisingly, from what I've seen on social media. Because he's stocking at Walmarts and Targets.
Yeah. My stores are still
saw.
like in clearance graveyard zone for post Christmas, so hopefully soon they start putting stuff out.
Yeah, when I went like eat like.
No, go ahead.
9 o'clock morning to pick up my pack and my Target. I get like I unpacking all the boxes still. It was kind of a graveyard shift when I went in there.
As for Super 7 videos, I've decided not to do them. It's been too long. The engagement on the older videos was just like low enough that like I have other fish to fry. It's not like I have bigger fish to fry, but I got like a lot to work on.
So I mean, is that Super 7 videos in general?
Yeah, in general.
Or Pacific franchise?
Because I don't feel like all the time and effort I'm going to put into like making those videos is going to pay off. And I got others. Maybe I'll do the TMNT 2003 figure. That's a good point, Muteki, because those will be like brand new, like a brand new line. I'll probably do like the first wave of the 2003 Ninja Turtles because.
Also, forget most of the Super 7 fans only care about the 80s stuff. So,
but I mean, even with the 80s stuff, yeah, because like that's true. Like maybe they won't review the 2003s because they're so stuck on the 80s.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, as I'm saying, you'll be able to capitalize. Like,
plus, I ordered them from Super 7 directly, so I should get them sooner than later.
Yeah, no, like had I been able to like get more into the Power Ranger stuff, and the Power Ranger stuff wasn't so questionably asked, depending on which figure it was.
Bulk and Skull are nice. I will tell you that much. Bulk and Skull are nice. I like them.
Yeah, I think if I had to theorize why I think the your Super 7 videos don't do as well, because the rest of your channel doesn't really have that 80s like 80s theme to like
and also the biggest reason is because I don't get them soon enough.
Pixel Dan, like
yeah. Because the thing is with Super 7 stuff, like by the time I even get them in stock at Big Bad, there's already like 10 reviews out there of them. And so it's like
even if like
uphill battle I'm fighting.
Even if someone reviews them later, like Pixel Dan's audience are that 80s 80s toys audience, that video will still get views no matter what, because Pixel Dan has grew an audience of that factor. Your audience is usually more younger leaning, with a few exceptions, of course. So a lot of these 80s properties like don't really deal with unless it's like Turtles.
A lot of it is younger leaning and anime and like anime toku leaning. So yeah. No, I'm not doing those Shoto Ryuki videos. One of the things I told myself this year is like, don't force yourself to make a video for the sake of making it. Like, make it because you think it's actually going to be something people like a majority of people want. Because I've stressed myself out about doing certain videos before, like the Super 7 reviews. I just don't see a point to them.
I think it also depends. I think it also depends on the subject matter and the figure, because you still do for example, you still do the Jakks Sonic stuff because they're super easy to review.
Yeah, exactly. Doing a Jakks Sonic video, like I'm going to review like 10 figures in the next one, and I'm going to be able to do that in like 3 or 4 hours, maybe like 5 with editing. As opposed to doing, if I were to do a video of just all the Thundercats I have that I haven't reviewed, it's going to take me 7 or 8 hours to produce that video, and that's just not worth it. Like, just not worth it to me. And one of the biggest reasons why is because they're collector toys, like the art house collector toy style. I have to have the hairdryer next to me to get like heads swapped out. Whereas like I opened Wily Kit and I was like, oh, do I want to swap her head? No, not really. So I don't have to even worry about it, right? Like I don't need to worry about swapping Captain Shiner's head out. If I'm doing a review, I have to swap all the pieces in. But if I'm not, I can just like pick what I want, put it on it, and be good to go. And I had a lot more fun. I opened all my Super 7 stuff that was in the backlog this weekend because I was just like, or on Saturday, I just spent like a couple hours and just opened up a bunch of toys. I had a great time because I didn't have to worry about like swapping parts around and stuff.
Yeah. Like I think, like I actually had a conversation with my friends about current state of toys for things, and I will always say I think Jakks and Jazzwares are the best toy companies right now because they remember that you could still make collector and stuff for kids that's still fun and stuff, because I think that's a problem with a lot of toy companies now, because is they're so collector aim focused and quality focused and all that stuff. They forget to make stuff for the kids that can also like, because like the Jack stuff, yes, is definitely
the Jack stuff is refreshing because I can just pick up, have fun with it. Especially those 5-inch movie figures are amazing.
Yeah, because I think with Jakks is like they definitely had collectors in mind with character choices and like design choices, but they're still aimed for kids.
I mean, the
and I think
Werehog
that's
hasn't been relevant in what 15 years. Like
yeah,
that's a
but
nostalgia play.
it's one of the things where like they're good quality toys for kids and adults. Like
Yeah.
and not just for Sonic, all their lines. Because I saw recently, Jakks Pacific has made action figures for the Dogman DreamWorks movie,
Yeah.
and those figures are incredible because they're like the Simpsons, their Simpsons line stuff, where it has like really nice articulation and accessories and such, and they're only $12, and they're great toys for kids, but also have enough like collector design, like they have like kind of collector value in terms of
A dumb
design.
question.
Yeah.
About that Dogman, is that made now? It looks like Captain Underpants, so I'm guessing is it a book?
Yeah,
same
creator.
author.
Yeah,
author.
they
I wanted to
basically.
double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yep.
yeah,
Last night I was talking about it.
yeah, that was like stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that can make kids into collectors because of good quality toys like that. I think that's what we're missing with a lot of toy companies
The
nowadays.
Jakks Sonic line gives me the vibe of like collecting 5-inch Marvel Toy Biz figures, or like
TMNT.
or TMNT,
But-
yeah, TMNT, or the Batman the Brave and the Bold toy line, or something like that, where it's like, here's good figures, and then they also happen to make them like accessible for kids. I think it's the thing that got so many people collecting Star Wars, because they hit that same balance too, with the 3 3/4-inch figures. So I'm excited to get this 3-pack. I'll review it when it shows up. But yeah, I'm glad something was easy to buy from this line. It was nice. It was refreshing. All right. Now, speaking of collector products, Super 7 has announced the first ever Reaction Plus figures that aren't G.I. Joe, but they are in fact Baron Karza and Biotron from Micronauts. This is the first time we've had Micronauts toys in a while.
So is Reaction Plus? Are there like bigger Reaction figures,
No.
or do they have more articulate? Are they like they have O-rings?
Yes.
Right?
So Reaction figures are your like 5 POA Kenner style figures.
Your Kenner style,
your Kenner
yeah.
Star Wars. Reaction Plus are your G.I. Joe O-ring style.
Speaking of, I think I saw you say you saw, I think, with the Serpentor.
Yeah, I bought. I should have brought him in. I got Serpentor. He was announced. I didn't put it as part of the news because I just don't usually cover like all the reaction stuff. I just cover this because it's Micronauts. But they announced Duke and Serpentor on the 9th, and at Target on the 11th, I found Serpentor in store.
Because I think they're part of the Target refresh.
Yeah.
Also.
And I picked it up because I've never had a O-ring Serpentor, because the original is rare because he came with his vehicle. And
was it also
gold
plastic
syndrome? Yeah. So this one's like much better, but having it in hand, I will say I like the quality on Super 7's O-rings more than Hasbro's recent O-rings.
Isn't
they feel sturdy.
Yeah, you don't want to blow out your O-ring either.
Isn't the Hasbro ones very cheap, from what I understand?
They didn't. Yeah, the Hasbro ones didn't feel very good. They kind of felt like normal Hasbro plastic, but in the O-ring style, which always felt a little weird. So it's one of those things where they feel good. I like it. I like the feel. I know the QC's been a little shaky on the first wave of G.I. Joes, but the Serpentor I got's great. I have no problem with him. But yeah, so we got Baron Karza and we got Biotron. So fun fact about these, like K9 said, a lot of Micronauts was pulled from Microman, and so Robot Man was turned into Biotron, and then Kotetsu Steel Jeeg was Kotetsu Jeeg or Steel Jeeg was turned into Baron Karza. So these are both in the O-ring, like 3 3/4-inch size, but they are resembling the original toys. They're not really comic based for the Micronauts comic, because they did change the designs for both of these a bit. So I know the discussion has been for a while, like, is Hasbro, since they're doing ROM in Marvel Legends, are they going to do Micronauts Marvel Legends? I think it's unlikely, only because there's so many Micronauts characters that it would take up like 2 waves of Marvel Legends to do them all. But it does show that Micronauts are at least on the table in some form. So hopefully these sell well, and maybe Super 7 can get through like all the main characters in this style, because I think this is a good style to have them in. Kind of a good throwback, while also, getting new toys out there for those of us that don't have the originals and wanted them. I don't know if I want them yet, but I have to read the comic. I own all 3 omnibuses.
So, like, is this a 2-pack? Because I see,
no, they're sold single. You can just also buy them as a bundle. You can buy them On Super 7 site, you can get them as a bundle for 40 or individually for 20. They're on Big Bad Toy Store as well.
Okay, 20. Okay, 20. Because
Yeah.
I know sometimes reaction figures can cost like a normal reaction costs that much. I'm glad.
Yeah, normal reactions have been 20 lately, but yet Reaction
Which
Plus.
sucks. Which is I think honestly sucks because I feel like I didn't mind react. Cause I know some people don't like reaction, but I don't mind it because like they were cheap. So, but if they were gonna move them to the 20, now I have a problem with them because I think for 20 you're kind of getting rip off, honestly.
20 is a rip off, I think, for a 5 POA figure. 20 for a O-ring style figure, that's fine because it's a very unique construction style. So I don't mind it. Plus, swivel elbows, or elbow bends, swivel elbows. You got universal shoulders. You got knee joints. Like they're gonna have, they're gonna have more articulation. You actually pose them.
So for Micronauts is like for Baron Kaiser, was I forget. Micronauts is a original American creation, right?
Micronauts is like Transformers. Took a bunch of Japanese toys and then made new versions of them.
Because Baron Kaiser is clearly just Brandeis.
Well, Baron Kaiser is Steel Jeek.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's Steel Jeek. I forgot. Yeah, it's just Steel Jeek
with a new head and some, and he's repainted, but he's got a new head. Biotron was from the Microman toy line as Robot Man. A lot of Micronauts was Microman.
So this is more of a Shogun Warrior scenario. I was
it's like Transformers. It's like Transformers where they took, they bought the license to import toys from Japan, gave them new names and backstories, gave them new color schemes, and called it a new toy line. So that's kind of because that's how Transformers started, with it was being a mix of car robots and Diaclone and Microchange and all that. And Micronauts was like mostly Microman, but like a lot of other things. And then the comics was what really gave them like their characterization and stuff. So, but they do have characters. The other interesting part about the Micronauts comic is that of the main team, most of them are based on toys. And then some of them were brand new characters for Marvel. So Marvel still owns part of the characters. Like they own Bug, which is why Bug is like part of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the DNA run. But Hasbro doesn't have any ownership of that when they brought Microman from Mego. Because Mego released Micronauts, or when they bought Micronauts from Mego. Micronauts was originally a Mego property.
Oh no, not Mego.
Yeah. But it's Hasbro now. And so basically some of the characters had toys in the original toy line, some of them didn't. And so now they're, it's a question of, are we going to see more Micronauts toys beyond this because of the omnibuses happening and the Epic collections happening for ROM? Welcome, AR. The ROM omnibuses and Epic collections happen. Now we're getting a ROM Marvel Legend. Is it because we're getting Micronauts omnibuses and Epic collections? Or are we going to get Micronauts Marvel Legends? We'll have to see, because there's a lot of Micronauts characters. It's a team book, not a single hero book. So, anyways, we're gonna move on. that's all I got on Micronauts. You guys got any final thoughts on the Micro guys?
It's cool to see. I'm just glad that these guys aren't stupid expensive. I got worried because of the recent change in the price of normal reactions. So I'm glad these make more sense.
Yeah, because and the thing was too is I know some people were like, oh, O-rings for $20, and I'm like, yeah, Hasbro was selling O-rings for $20 as well when they were doing those Pulse 2-packs of their modern ones. It was like 40 for 2 figures, so it's I think it's just the price of O-ring because you
I imagine the GI. I imagine the GI Joe Transformer figures cost so much because of those O-ring figures.
Yeah, it's not just like the size of the Transformer to fit the figures, but also it's because
I'm not the only
figures. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I'm pretty sure most people hate O-rings. They really hate the O-rings.
They're great for that vintage style, but like, I wouldn't take them over modern articulation.
I think the problem with O-rings, my problem with O-rings from my scene is just like when they degrade, that toy's kind of busted now.
Well, that's the thing about O-rings versus Masters of the Universe when their rubber bands would die, and they're really hard to fix. O-rings are incredible. O-ring figures, that's why a lot of vintage collectors like them. They're easy to fix. You just have to, because the figures are built with screws, so you just have to unscrew them and put a new O-ring in. And you can buy O-rings at like hardware stores and stuff. So the thing is, I think that's why like a lot of vintage collectors like O-rings, because unlike Kenner 5 POA figures, unlike Masters of the Universe, it's really easy to fix a busted G.I. Joe as long as the thumbs are intact.
I think
if
with
the
the
thumbs are
O-ring,
broken, then you're screwed.
I think with O-rings, I never understood. I haven't seen like a good solid reason why O-rings are better than say your basic ball joint. Essentially,
They
when
aren't.
I
They
look,
aren't better.
well, that's the problem. Is like when I look when it was like fully getting more into GI Joe, around last year is when I was looking at GI Joe videos. I saw a big discussion of like the 25th anniversary, like where, like I forget which
The
era, but it's
25th
when
anniversary line when they went to full regular articulation as opposed to using
yeah
O-rings. Yeah.
yeah I saw like a lot of disdain for the 25th anniversary because they were O-ring. I'm like, what's the problem?
The
Because they
problem is that it's not what they grew up with.
yeah, I think that's because
But that's
in
the
terms
thing.
of
Kate says O-ring GI Joes are charming. Yeah, I like because I don't even think it's the O-ring part that gets me. I like the style of them because they're a little chibi.
I think it's more of
Yeah.
it's more of a because I think yeah, if that's the case, if that's what they said, then understandable. But I think it's
Yeah.
more like I was when I heard that I'm like, is there like any reason like they didn't specifically say like does O-ring
It's exactly the
O-rings give
same
you
thing when
better?
you hear an old Transformers fan say that the new toys suck because they don't have diecast.
Yeah,
It's the
because the
same
thing is,
exact like thing of they can't articulate what they actually mean.
yeah, like if O-rings like had better range, then I understand, but they don't. The
Yeah.
O-rings and ball joint hips are about the rounds have the same hit.
Oh,
So
K9
no,
said
that's like
Microman did O-ring figures before G.I. Joe. Oh, so it actually makes sense for the Reaction Plus to do Micronauts. That actually
Jared, what was the
ties
figure
together.
that I was telling you about? They put die cast in, and it kind of effed up the toy recently.
The
Was it a
Legacy
mecha figure?
Megazord?
was it a mecha or was it like a regular figure?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the third-party Generations Legacy Gun Megatron.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Why did they put
yeah.
diecast in that?
There's die cast in it.
I remember
Why?
you talking about that. And
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
no.
die
why-
cast. I'll show you later
Yeah.
because
I think
I was
diecast.
going
I
to
get war
pre-order it.
flashbacks to Titanium.
Yeah, no, because you have
I
to
was
do
gonna-
it. You have to do it right. You got to do it like Soul Chogokin does it. You can't do it like Bandai did it with the Legacy Megazord, where they put all the diecast in the torso and nothing in the legs. So it
Oh,
just,
I mean, no, or vice versa for the Dragon Zord.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, where they put too much diecast in it. It's a balance. All right, let's do Transformers news, guys. There's some Transformers to talk about. Ready
It's
for
funny
this?
that I bring up Transformers and then there's Transformers.
It's almost like we planned the segue.
No, we didn't.
We didn't, but here we are. So,
We're
Masterpiece.
all gonna die.
I know he's our spirit animal of the day. MPG 15 Rattle, also known as Rat Trap from Beast Wars. Nice to see they finally completed the main cast.
It's the giant rat that makes all of the rules.
Yes. He looks perfect. I mean, I
Rat
a
Trap's
little
not
kibbly,
hard.
but still
I mean, that's
pretty
just
good.
Rat Trap.
Yeah.
That's just Rat Trap.
He's always been a little kibbly. I think it looks great. We're gonna get more details of him later. He's 15,000 yen though.
He's definitely I imagine he's gonna be the accessory pack figure because he's small.
Yep. 15,000 yen, so he'll be, probably under $100, but yep, he's pretty cool. All right, Takara tweeted out this image. AMT-02 Predaking is the second in the Madam's Machina line. The first one is their IDW Rodimus that turns into the car in like 150 steps or whatever. But they're doing a Predaking that's in the tagline of Refine, Amalgamation, Movable.
This has to be an action figure because
it's got to be. I don't see how this separates.
Because essentially, essentially how disastrous
Unless
Raiden was, I think.
Unless it transforms like SMP Go Lion.
Oh yeah, obviously limbs is
where you take the limbs off and then now you add all the animal, you swap all the animal pieces out to make them like it's just all parts.
God, there's any like combiner I want a new version of so badly for the main line Spreader King because Power Primes. Like, we talk about Devastator, but Power of the Primes.
The Power of the Primes Predaking sucks. It's one of the worst things Hasbro's ever made, and I despise its existence. I don't own it, but I despise its existence.
We really need a new one. We really because not everyone has the money or availability to get Pharaoh Rex or all the other.
I spent the $600 on Pharaoh Rex, and damn it, it's great, but I do not recommend that. Anyone else doing that?
It's there's that I could have do that, or I could save the money for a PC.
I absolutely despise Power of the Primes. I'm a massive Predaking fan. I absolutely despise Power of the Primes Predaking on every level. And I have fought with people on it, but I do not like any part, any design choice that was made on that, I absolutely despise it. I think it spits in the face of what Predaking is.
I hate the long torso, especially.
It's the proportions, it's the design elements, it's the accessories, it's so much stuff. Everything about it, I'm like, no, this isn't Predaking.
Also, the scale's horrendous.
Scale is disastrous.
Not something that giant.
No, absolutely do not like it. All right. So, Hasbro just randomly posted some toys that are going to go up for pre-order tomorrow.
So, because I thought there was going to be a fan sheet tomorrow, but no, it just
there's going to be a video tomorrow. But only about Trypticon. Or it's, okay, actually, this is the exact words here. A behind-the-scenes video with Nate and Mark will be uploaded tomorrow on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. That was attached to every one of these social media posts. It's not a fan stream, it's just going to be a video going up at the same time as the pre-orders. So, Age of the Primes Top Spin versus Spinister.
Spinister.
Where they gave Spinister the Target Masters.
Are these also in IDW color scheme?
These are the toy box colors.
Okay, toy box, okay.
Yep. The weirdest thing about this image, and it's been bugging me for hours, and I finally figured out what it is. They removed the guns off of the back of the Target Masters, then had them hold the guns.
he disavowed his friend. He ripped his kids' backs off and used it.
He just legitimately went, there is no point to you guys being Target Masters. You don't have to be my guns. You can also be on your own. Here, be free. Like that. I do not recommend ripping pieces off of Transformers with how the plastic quality is. So like, what the hell?
Stock full of man strikes again.
Yep. And then the other one is the top spin to go with the twin twist we got forever ago.
Is this their like Diaclone color scheme, right?
It's Diaclone top spin to go with the twin twist we got like 2 years ago.
I kind of hate they did this make twin power the what's their official name, like the
Jump Starters.
I hate that they didn't make the Jump Starter 2-pack. Because like
why are they not in the same 2-pack, right? Like why is it not a top spin and twin twist 2-pack?
Yeah, because I will love to pick up them, but they're in 2 separate 2-packs with figures I don't need because I have a Spinister. I forgot.
Yep.
No, like the other one was in by himself, but I didn't like the color scheme. I think it was the case. Also, I just think they just need 2 new toys because you just did the Titans Return molds, which the Titans Return, like if you pick up any, like I think it was Cancer from the 4-pack, Target 4-pack. He's super. Yeah, Squeeze. I'm sorry, he's his Master Force main. He's super.
I just wanted to clarify for the YouTube bot that's watching our full words.
That's right.
Controversial topic. The name of a Transformer.
But he's super generated. He's like super loose and like scraggly and all that stuff. So like, I'm pretty sure these guys is gonna be the same thing where they're gonna be bobbleheads pretty much.
I will tell you this much: last year's Transformers burned me out on multi-packs. I
know. Right? There's, I love Diamond Bolt's video where it's like there's so many multi-packs last year,
and it's so many multi-packs where it's like,
I want one figure, but not the other.
Exactly, or like I'm still not over that Autobot 5-pack. I am still pissed about that.
Oh my god, I didn't get it, and I can't get it now.
I'm glad I bought it day one, but like I shouldn't have had to. That thing should have made too few of them, and also it's just like. That pack is great if you didn't have any of the Autobots. But if Hound was the only one you needed, it's a slap in the face.
I mean, like, what Thankfully was... Thankfully is a nice upgrade for some of them, like Jazz.
It is, yeah, but, like, as a collector, you know, sometimes you just want the last character and not have to rebuy everybody. Oh, wait, I did that again with Buzzsaw in the same year.
Yep.
Fair warning, there's going to be some spicy takes in the Legacy Rundown simply because I'm going to have... It's a two-sided opinion, right? I'm going to be like, this was a good year if you had just started collecting Transformers and you missed out on stuff. It's really nice. But if you've been collecting for a long time, it's kind of a hard year to work with. Because you just end up rebuying stuff. For me, I already have the previous Spinister. I'm good. I'm just going to skip this. I'm not picky about the Target Masters at this point because if I was, I would be.
It helps that his guns he came with already look like they're gun modes, so they're not necessary. I feel like.
And the other thing is that like I didn't get the one that came with Breakdown. I didn't get the one that came with Bludgeon. I've kind of broken up of the the late G1 stuff, just because they keep splitting them up across different multi-packs.
It's because I think because this feels like you said, whereas you're a new collector, this is good because I feel like they did this 2 episodes. They did what was the jet guy name again? The other twin Target Master.
Right, the Windsweeper.
Neonos,
yeah.
They did Neonos and United, and then they did Quake. Quake's a twin Target Master, right?
Yeah, he is.
They did Quake for United, so
and that's where I almost want this just because I want the Target Masters, but because they're not new molds, I'm also just like
So you pick up those because Splinter came out during Siege, and that Siege was like 5 years ago at this point.
Yep. Psycho said you Top Spin and Spinister have fiction together. You get 4 guesses and none of them count.
yeah. But yeah, if you didn't start with Legacy.
Yeah.
You got Neonos and Quake, but no Spinister. So it's good.
And it's a good upgrade. I think it's a good upgrade too. I will say though that this is one thing I want Transformers to start figuring out. Start making 2-packs that make sense. Because like the character choices don't make any sense. And that's where I think a lot of friction is coming from collectors. Like for example, if you're a Prime collector and you want Breakdown and you don't collect G1, well now you're stuck with Windsweeper, right?
At least the Autobot 5-pack makes total sense.
That one is from if you ignore like the connotation of like, having to rebuy 4 figures if you had them all, that makes sense as a pack because all 5 of those guys hung out together at the same time, right?
Yeah. Well, what's that Squid Game meme going around? Like I played these games before.
Yes, exactly. I felt like that. I feel like that every time I look at a 2-pack where I want something. But no, I want them to kind of like get the fiction reason behind the 2-packs better. Kind of like how the Power Ranger 2-packs worked, where they'd always put 2 characters that went together. A Squad Blue, B Squad Blue, right? Like Psycho Silver versus In Space Blue. Like that kind of stuff I really did like, and I kind of want Transformers to kind of work it out. It's kind of like with G.I. Joe, their 2-packs so far have been like, here's 2 obscure color variants in an army builder. So it's like an army builder pack.
Same with Marvel. Sometimes you get those weird ones, but most it's like the animated series 2-packs.
Yeah, the animated series 2-packs are weird, but like they were all at least still animated series, right? It wasn't like, here is Daredevil from Daredevil Born Again in a 2-pack with Hydro Man from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
Like that's at least they're from the same show, right?
Guys, just imagine they were like, "Yo, here's Howard the Duck from the crappy Howard the Duck movie."
Yeah,
you know what?
Blade.
But with Wesley Snipes Blade, like that'd be weird. But I think
some people buy that.
Yeah.
I think some people buy that. Honestly.
But anyways, I think that this is the thing with 2-packs, that Transformers 2-packs feel almost random and budget based, right? Whereas Marvel and G.I. Joe and Star Wars even, the 2-packs make sense. Like putting Yoda with Commander Gree, that makes sense, right? But then you have other packs like let's put C3PO headed battle droid with the super battle droid. Like yeah. But anyways, I do think that Psycho says you want to be a good 2-pack, Cybertron, Scourge, and Evac. Yeah, you just want to finish that team, and I'm right there with you.
God, I want that so much.
guys, this would be like if we had a Hero Club action figure line, and we put like House.
The first toy line like $0.
Like Cows with like Dark on. It's like you think you associate Jerry with Kyle. You associate with
the wheels 2-pack of him and his wheelchair.
Yep.
Yeah, but then the thing is though, you wouldn't get the right wheelchair. You would get like a version without the autographs on one of the wheels. So, like you would be like, oh man, I don't have the side plate for the other side of the wheel, and then you have to get the other side plate wheelchair when it's like me with like a dog with like Project's dog. So you have to get Project's dog with me and the other new side plate, but Project's by himself as a deluxe package with every version of his.
That's how they be doing this. Yeah.
Falcon's Tech said.
You don't know if.
In relation to Commander Gree, Falcon's Tech said, except Commander Gree was a version that literally nobody's ever seen and didn't want. I never said it was a good 2-pack. I just said it made sense in fiction.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, Psycho said like, and something would like something would be like the website server would be with Spin Dash, but no baby, no daughter.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of like what the Transformers 2-packs feel like.
I can't wait for
if you guys don't know. Project wears layers of clothing, so that would be his accessory. Would be layers of clothing, a like combat mask.
Oh no, he'd be deluxe priced.
Yeah, because he'd have like a bunch of fabric clothes, and he'd also have like freaking, weird ass like half face mask like Ambu Black Ops for when he goes mugs people.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Soundout, like, you have to buy a Soundout with every 2-pack figures. Wait.
And then the only pack that will make sense will be the Power Morphicon 2018 pack, where it's me found out on a scooter with a frickin' table accessory.
Yeah. The environment pack.
That's
Damn
the
right.
McFarlane Toy
I'm
Store
a flip the
exclusive.
table pack.
That's the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive pack.
Yes, and it'll be
Exactly.
$250 as it comes with a replica photo from the table.
Exactly. It'll come with a replica photo of the table. Exactly.
Yes.
And then there'll be a second Power Morphicon 2018 pack where it's like Mr. S, Shuki, and Mr. S's kids.
Yes.
And there's always gonna be Ashes where all our likenesses look nothing like us, so we just look like random
random people.
Exactly.
random like
LPH says
random
I will pay the
down
Hero
street.
Club toy sets. All right, LPH, we got one person.
Exactly.
Alright.
And then there will be the Hero Taku set, where what
Yeah.
it'll be is it'll be like us just turning into like Ash, like we got Thanos snapped.
Yep.
Jamie Carr, Sound Wheels, Ryan, Jerry, do you collect
I'm here.
third-party Transformers?
I don't think any of us actively do. I have several, but I don't buy them like on a frequent basis. The last one I bought
I had
was
several, but no, I don't collect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think hyper specifically, I think me and Soundout will buy more add-on packs than we usually will figures.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because like the last thing I bought was the Metroplex add-on pack for Cybertron Metroplex that came in like his Minicon and the articulated hands. And then the next thing I'm buying third party is the Dino King upgrade kit. So
the next thing I'm buying is the animated Optimus add-on.
The Windblade Optimus upgrade pack.
That's pretty great.
Like
yeah.
the only third-party figures I bought consistently lately are all the Transformer Prime like fourth-party upgraded figures where like they have better joints, most exception of the clear plastic. They have better joints. They upscaled the Voyager the deluxe Megatron to a Voyager leader class, so he's actually in scale and looks accurate. Stuff like that. Oh crap, Common Jojo.
We're not going to talk about it because I don't think YouTube will let me. But TLDR, Neil Gaiman appears to be a horrible monster.
Yep.
You can look up the report, but I will tell you is very harrowing the testimony inside. So be warned.
A lot of essay. A lot of trigger warning things in there.
Yeah.
But guys, the fact that Simpsons called that he was a horrible person.
Yeah, it's one of those
another Simpsons call.
It's one of those unfortunate things where the art does not reflect the artist, because you think by the stuff Neil Gaiman wrote that he'd be a pretty good guy, but apparently he was the villain of his own story. So, all right. The other thing I was gonna say, the last time I bought a third-party figure, if we don't count Drillbit within that that Metroplex set, was Feral Rex. Like that was my big third-party investment. So
you spent like $100.
$600.
I'm trying to think. Like first edition Optimus Prime, Megatron upscale, Chrome Dome, a bunch of Doctor Wu add-on kits.
I mostly do add-on kits if I buy anything third party. Yeah.
Like one of my favorite add-on kits is so stupid because Doctor Wu couldn't even figure out how to make the toe joint work, but I bought it because of Giant Big Gun.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Power of the Primes cartoon colors Triptychon that I wish came with the horn to be Gigastorm is going up for pre-order tomorrow as well at your local fan channel retailers. So keep an eye out if that's something you're interested in.
He does have the improved hips, so don't worry about this. Yeah, he won't shatter if you do mess with him.
Yep.
Wait, did he actually break, or was it that the joints broke? I'm confused. Like what part was it? Like the full?
I remember when I think it was like it was internal, like the.
It was some internal
or something like that. I heard back when it first came out.
All right, so circling back around, yeah, no worries, Common Jojo. It's a bummer to learn that somebody did all that, because it's horrible. All right,
I can't wait till we find out all the effed up things that.
Let's not go down that route.
Oh.
I don't want to be legally responsible for anything you're about to say. So, Psycho said the spring was basically too big in the leg. Muteki said 150 or 200, probably 200. because it's just Titan price. I don't think they're going to price down Trypticon. I think they're going to...
I think someone screwed up the logo, like PNG.
Yeah, let's...
there.
So this is a figure that had leaked because In Demand Toys got tired of Hasbro not revealing stuff. So, you know, day ending and why. But now we got the official reveal for Devastation Optimus Prime. We talked about him before. That truck mode sucks. Just his robot mode looks good, but that truck mode.
Classic Optimus.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome
back, Spinny Prime from Classics.
Yep.
So there's that. We also have a reissue of the clear plastic version. Yeah, Kyle, it wasn't announced; it was leaked. We're getting a reissue of the clear plastic window version of Jazz. I don't know why this isn't
why
is this not the non-clear plastic one from the 5-pack?
Exactly. Give me the one that I want.
Also, make a Prowl for Studio Series that's not dead. Seriously.
Wait, here. Let me give you a better one. Give me a version that isn't dead, but also give me one with the accurate face sculpt of him dying.
Oh yeah, it's the dead one. Oh yeah, we mean the lava, the fire coming out.
Yeah, because
that'd be
if you
cool.
look at the face doesn't look anything like the animation it's supposed to be referencing.
Once again, the reissues make no sense. I don't think we should be reissuing Jazz when he just came out in that 5-pack. And he's been out like 3 or 4 times. I don't get why we're still making it. And this figure in particular breaks and shatters because of where they put the clear plastic. So this is the one that shouldn't have clear plastic.
Yeah, because actually, now think about it. Because Prowl really needs a new because the Ironhide because it was a 2-pack with Ironhide and Prowl, and Ironhide got.
We need a new Ironhide too with the actual damn stripe.
So we got a new Ironhide. We don't need a new one like that one.
We don't need a new one yet for like a while, right? But Prowl hasn't been out since Earthrise.
2020. Yeah, 2020. Yeah. That's 5 years ago now.
Yep, non-dead Prowl hasn't been around since Earthrise. Same with his brothers. Why are we not doing that instead of another Jazz? Because he's already been released so many times before. All right. Next up, I actually don't think we've seen this guy. This is Deluxe Q, also known as Wheeljack from Dark of the Moon.
I think we got him in Age of Sigma Prime, the pipeline, and only camera pics. But this is the first render of him.
I think he looks kind of crap, but I don't know if that's just me.
I mean, it fits how ugly he is.
I mean, it is. I don't think this toy looks good at all. It
fits.
It fits with the design. I think part of the problem is that the rifle that killed him. That's what that is. That's the rifle that killed him. You're supposed to give it to Soundwave.
Oh, that's what it is. I was like, what is that?
But they haven't posed it like he's because he can't actually wield it because it's supposed to plug onto the arm, right?
As for Soundwave, I don't know how they could fit on that guy's forearm.
I have no idea, but that's what it's supposed to be. Psycho says, why does he have 2 names? Because in the movie they called him Q. It was a James Bond joke. And then officially he was supposed to be Wheeljack. Right? It's just like how Brawl is called Devastator in the first movie because Michael Bay doesn't give a shit. He was like, Devastator sounds like a cooler name. Like, that's not the damn character's name, sir. And then he used Devastator in the next movie. I'm like, duh! Anyways, sorry, I don't like Michael Bay.
Remember, Barricade keeps surviving because of bad movie making.
Exactly.
Cutting his depth.
So Q here, one of the things that I noticed immediately, and I talked to a couple people like this. One of the things that Studio Series used to do, Studio Series felt a little more premium with its Movieverse figures because they had a lot of shiny metallic paint.
Yep.
What happened? There's nothing.
Priority, sadly. You must please the G1 fans.
Not like I'm gonna. I'm not talking with any substantial. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I've never seen a figure more accurately scream to me Studio Series is dead after this year than this guy.
I mean, well,
the packaging. Right, we've already talked about this before, but the packaging is exactly the same as Age of Primes, right?
I mean, Transformers 1 has enough fuel to last some years, I feel like.
But are they going to make it because of stupid Hasbro and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And also, we could just fold those into whatever regular Generations is.
Yeah, true. Look, all I'm saying is I just want Darkwing so I can see the live chat review of that, so I can laugh.
I still want like a lot of characters from Transformers 1, but there's no reason to have a separate line for movie stuff because it's not just movie stuff; it's game stuff. You know.
I'll speak of because I got the 4K one recently. And I watched it. God, that film is gorgeous in 4K.
It looks better in 4K than it did in my theater.
Yeah, it looks so good, man.
All right, moving on. Another toy that was leaked by In Demand Toys, Voyager class Ironhide from War for Cybertron. He still looks okay. I mean, he's just the Ratchet that we got, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got a reissue of Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Sorry, I just got Dark of the Moon Soundwave.
And he made, who else has the main wave?
Yes. Shockwave with brains and wheelie and the cool parachute guy. He's coming out again if you missed him.
I love he just comes around a toy soldier.
I know, right? And then what the hell is this? I know that like this is a hard design to do, right? But like I just feel like we've gotten I don't know. I just think as we've gotten better with movie toys, this is just so overly kibbled. It's kind of crazy.
I in one of those things where with the night look for Optimus, I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like that's the problem where like and yeah, I know people could bring up third party, but toy budgets. This thing is a retail toy product, so they can't.
This was a design that didn't have a transformation in mind, right?
So yeah, because we're actually supposed to put the cap parts. They kind of had to be kibble. Yeah, I feel like they could have definitely done it better.
They perfected this with the Last Night.
I thought the Last Night one looked pretty good. Yeah,
I actually liked the Last Night.
The Last Night leader one was just we took the AOE one and then just decided we're gonna make the lower part of the truck a parts former where it pops off and becomes his Night Shield, and it's a Takara exclusive and it's better than the one that I have.
Yeah, we talk about the kibble, but honestly, my big problem was the paint.
Yes,
like,
Benjamin Wiseman says the large stretches of gray plastic on him that bother me. Yeah, it's the same problem I have with Q, right? It's like it looks not like, and especially it looks even worse on this because it's a $55 toy. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find the Last Night Optimus that we had.
Find Last Night leader Takara Optimus.
Okay, first of all,
was that the start? Was that the start of Takara making leaders for the movie?
Yeah, this is the Voyager class one, which is actually the one I have.
I actually think the Voyager still holds up as a good.
I think that's great.
It's just missing all the paint.
Also,
missing all the paint.
Okay,
he has more silver.
There is no silver paint on this Optimus, by the way. It's all gray plastic, except like all gray plastic. And I don't know if that's a prototype thing or what, but like,
I mean, it really sucks because this Optimus design chest is primarily silver.
Yes. So the thing is, this Voyager toy had more paint, right? It looks good. I like the way that one looks. Let's see. We got
sword. Wait, what's the other sword the leader comes with? Because he comes with the shield and sword.
He comes with the movie 1 Optimus sword with a handle for some reason.
What?
Okay, there's a reason. There's a reason why he has that.
Why is there a reason?
Yes. Oh, in Age of Extinction and The Last Night, he still busted out on 2 separate occasions. And it's a blinging.
I would have thrown that out and put the money into paint.
I would have put the money into the gun and the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a gun, right? And the night
he had 2 guns. He had 2 guns.
I mean, he used one to kill. Did he use one to kill Hank McCoy, right? In Age of Extinction?
Yes.
No, he used the shield to kill him.
Where is the leader class one? Because I'm having trouble finding it. Let's see, Age of Extinction, Generations leader class. I mean, here. Okay, so here's the leader Optimus from Age of Extinction.
And it looks bad.
Art looks really bad.
Yeah, you gotta find the
his mighty piss sword.
Okay, so here's the funny part: the Takara version bulked him up, and then they made it better the year after.
I know the one we used to talk about because doesn't it have the whole
Armor
face
Knight Optimus Prime?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's the one we also.
That looks better too. That shield's huge though. But that's the face gimmick one. Was there one for Last Night that was bigger than that?
Yeah. What they did is they took that one and then made it that the back of the kibble becomes the shield.
Okay. Yeah, I know the one you're talking. I know the one you're talking about. I remember seeing reviews of that when it was coming out.
I'm trying to find the Last Night version because it's not showing up. on the also TF Wiki put all the movie Optimuses on one page.
Here's the problem with the leader one that they're making for Studio Series. Has a more accurate torso and arm, but he's missing all the paint.
Yeah, I think the paint looks is what's kind of.
Look at the bulk of the arm there, and
Here it
and
is.
the addition of details.
Because this was the second release, Leader Optimus for last night. This one doesn't look. Oh, this one looks.
Okay. That's the Hasbro one.
That's the Hasbro one. Okay. Because I was like, that one doesn't look good.
Caliber
Optimus Prime.
I think that's the one.
Is that the car? Oh yeah, no that. Yeah, they just took chunks of the cab and made it a shield. That's a smart way to do it.
And they gave you the Dark of the Moon access for lulz. Just extra.
Point is,
shoulder pads aren't right, but it's fine.
The point is that the previous toys have done it better, right? And then this doesn't look as good, and it's more expensive. And
like the only thing I like about it are the forearms. Arms are the only good part.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't like this design to begin with, but even I'm like, this doesn't look like a good version of this design. You know, I think that we've had better, and I think the lack of paint is concerning going forward because it's like if they're not putting the paint budget into a movie Optimus, right? Like I get not putting much paint budget into Q because like who the hell even is this guy to like most people, right? Like
he's just that one ugly looking dude from Dark of the Moon. That's what most people remember him as.
Exactly, but like this is an Optimus Prime, and it's like the thing that people like from these two movies, and yet, it doesn't look right because of the silver paint. Also, my God, the box space.
I mean that I thought he was T-posing for a second there.
Yeah, no, look how much empty space in that box there is.
I mean, it's either that or they're gonna wait to re-release it with premium paint on Hadra Paul's call, like the Dakara Legends version or something like that.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen with the TF1 Optimus and Megatron. They're gonna have that or shiny paint they should have.
Yeah, I would. If I was someone that wanted this toy, I would wait and see if they're gonna do a premium paint version because this is definitely.
Because we know China will like it, or at least.
Yep. It's probably just made for them anyways, which is why it's surprising they didn't show it off at Cybertron Con. All right, last things for news. Superion, we have some images of him from Marclonus, of course, designer. He did some images of the Superion combined mode. He just used 2 of White Jet and 2 of Black Jet to do the combo, just to show it off. The big news is you can turn the legs around if you want the jets on the front, like the G1 toys.
And he can sort of scramble. The keyword is sort of.
I was going to add that you can't bend the knees in this direction, obviously.
I'm talking about Minnesota.
But when you go here, yes, the combining connector points where you add the arm skeletons and the leg skeletons apparently are the same size as the ones on Minosaur. So
because the legs are just a combiner work ports.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome back, Scramble City. It's not
with a giant asterisk.
Yes. Only everybody has to be in the exact same position they normally are for the main combo, except you can swap the legs, you can swap the arms, but they can only be arms or legs.
Yeah, I'm glad they included this, but at the same time, it's still not the same scramble combination. No. Or like I think the skeleton structure is a good stable figure, but it does lose the charm of scramble combination.
And I'm fine losing scramble for stability. I own a Piranacon.
I feel like there's a way to bring back scramble and make it stay at the same time because there are people.
I think it's going to be with a combiner like Bruticus or like Defensor more than Superion and Venusaur.
Because there's some great videos and people discuss online of the importance of the scramble combination and why it's so good. And also, like, I do understand why people don't like the skeleton because it is kind of lazy. It's like that. So, like, I see both sides. All that stuff. In terms of like play factor, scramble, I think it's better. But in terms of a solid design, I think the skeleton does work. But you do lose the charm of combiner.
I do think something like Defensor and Bruticus can be different because they have larger vehicles and more to work with.
And also they don't have the animation model sheets don't rely on the car and jets just slapping onto them.
Exactly.
You guys think that the only reason Venusaur and Superion used skeleton mold is because they're pretty much created at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the.
I think because in the show, design-wise, they clearly like drew a robot skeleton, then slapped the vehicles on it, right?
Mhm.
And it's because those two debuted in the same episode. But they had time to work on Bruticus and Defensor more, and same with Computron and Abominus and such.
Yeah, because
I think it helps that I just think the other four have more stronger designs than Superion and Minosaur. Also,
all I know is if Bruticus actually is like really effing good, I'm gonna really.
I think they're gonna put more into Bruticus than any of the others because they know.
Bruticus is
I'm saying if it's really good, like if it's really good, Soundout already knows what's gonna end up happening.
I'm gonna
buy all the repaints.
You buy Baldigus.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a good Bruticus so we can get a good Baldigus. Like that's what I'm looking for in life.
Is that Ruination? Is that Ruination?
That's Ruination. Yeah, in Car Robots, his name's Baldigus.
So funny thing, Ryan.
Baldigus.
The Takara, Baldigus. The Ruination is better than both releases previously from Takara or Hasbro's. The joints are more sturdier on that one than the previous two.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how that works out. Now, fun little detail as well. On the Super Jet mode with the fin open, there's an Autobot symbol hidden there.
Oh, that's cool.
Just
I like that. I like Easter eggs like that.
Yeah.
I'll show you an Easter egg.
Yeah. Also, I think this is our first size comparison between Minosaur and Superion.
So they could play the football game together finally.
Yes.
At least Superior actually has a weapon that actually fits with his combined mode.
Yeah,
unlike Minosaur.
God, that weird gun on Minosaur is weird. It's like two-handled gun because it's like, oh, it's for the base mode. I'm like, I hate base modes that do that. Like, make the base modes the thing that exists without impeding another mode.
I mean, we all really know the base modes are just giant like treehouse fort battle for both of them to fight on.
Fair warning, for the Legacy Rundown, I thought about putting together Tidal Wave's battle mode, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stick a stock image.
You already bit you.
He already sliced my finger. It's almost healed. It's still healing. I was like, no, I'm not taking this guy apart and putting him into base mode. No, it's not happening. So it'll just be a nice image. It'll just be a nice picture. All right, that's the end of the Transformers news. So, you guys ready to tier list the Naruto arcs?
I think I'm gonna head off because I know it's gonna be a long.
It's not gonna be super long because it's only the canon arcs.
Well, because I know you're gonna rant about certain arcs. So
I'm only gonna rant. We'll see what I rant about. You know me.
But I'm gonna head off now because I am working all that stuff. So you want to follow me? He just flies all the way to Pennsylvania.
Flying suplex.
No, not you. No, not you. I mean, Soundout.
No, you can leave. He doesn't have to go through my torture.
No. I'm not forcing Ryan to leave. I'm saying Jerry stopped Soundout from Narutoing.
I see. Yeah.
Also, I have not revisited Naruto in a long time, so I can't really comment a lot arcs.
That's
like
fair,
can. So if
the
you want to follow
me, still fresh on my brain, so we're gonna do this now. Go ahead and promote your stuff.
Follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Blue Sky to art commissions like the one you see is right channel. Want any? Feel free to send me a DM on either Blue Sky or or my Discord, which you can find at Sound's Discord protocol in the link in the description below. Anyways, have a nice night, everybody.
Bye, Ryan.
Save yourself, Ryan. Save yourself.
He freed himself. Anybody else want to save yourself from this pain? I want to finish this before Raw comes on, just to give us a good goal, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
What time's Raw?
I like how MJ Klein is literally me and Jerry right now. We got Raw to watch, damn it.
So 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes to Raw? Okay, we're knocking this out. All right.
You're not.
Yeah, I am. I can do it. The filler arcs aren't here. This is just the canon arcs.
Thank God. Jerry.
Yeah.
There is a God. Tifa.
Yes. This has 48 arcs listed, which also includes the Boruto arcs, which I'm not going to rank.
Soundout said he wasn't going to have the filler arcs. And I was like, Jerry, there is a God. And then I shouted, Jerry, Tifa.
MJ Clyde, saving myself from this later. See you later, MJ Clyde. Don't blame me.
Gundam X.
That's why I wanted you to finish it.
Yes. Okay, so
I got up to get a soda.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're doing 22 arcs. The rest of this is Boruto. I'm not watching Boruto, so.
I put all of them in F tier. Put all the Boruto ones in F tier.
I will do that later when we get there. There's no filler arcs included because I didn't make this, by the way. Whoever made this on my Tier Maker, thanks, because I didn't want to actually like make it myself. I just wanted to do it. All right, so let's start. Land of Waves arc. So this is like the early arcs forming of Team 7, leading into the Zabuza and Haku fights. I like this one. I'm gonna put it in A. I don't know if that's just nostalgia
when
talking.
they were still ninjas.
Yeah, when they're still ninjas and not freaking shit we'll get to. I like the Land of Waves arc, but I don't know if that's nostalgia because I was just like watching
the Land of Lakes arc.
The Land of Lakes arc. They go find butter, guys.
Guys, they're in the land between the lakes.
The land between the lakes. The Land of Lakes arc is my favorite filler arc. Anyways, I like that one.
And I can't believe it's not Butter Guy.
Yeah. I mean, Haku won with the power of butter, right?
I can tell there's sweet butter, and I can't believe it's not butter. No, you can't, Mr. Simpson. No one can.
Tuning exams. This is the first one where nobody gets promoted but Shikamaru. Which was
so that is immediately a C.
Immediately an S. Actually, like legitimately speaking, the tuning exam arc is really fun, right? Like you have the Peak Rock Lee fight, yeah, that's for sure. You have 10-10's only fight scene. The tuning exams arc is fun because you have like the whole like written exam thing where they're like trying to like sneak and cheat, and then you have the whole tournament and the forest stuff. Like I like all that. It was fun. I didn't need to revisit it in the middle of the 4th Great Ninja War during a flashback filler arc where it didn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. Konoha Crush arc, though, I'm putting that in C because that was the most dragged out part of the original Naruto series. How many episodes was Sarutobi and Orochimaru hugging each other with swords? Like, my god.
Yeah, oh my god, I hated that.
Just
funny.
I
like that more. I like that more than the first half of the tuning arc, only because the forest arc was way too damn long.
That was. I will give you that, but I think like the tournament arc makes up for the tuning for the forest.
I wish the tournament actually was a tournament and not just, blocked by, Orochimaru.
Yeah, that's also why Konoha Crush gets to be a C. Search for Tsunade, I'll give an actual A to because I really like that one. Maybe I don't know. Is it S tier worthy?
It's B. It's B because it takes too long.
No, it's only 19 episodes.
Really, it feels longer.
It's only one episode longer than Jiraiya's fan fiction book Inside Dream Sequence from later. So that's actually gets a pass because it's actually not that long. God, I am in therapy for Naruto. Sasuke recovery mission.
A.
Yeah, it's an A because it's really good. It's really good.
Lincoln Ball Z became Lincoln Ball Naruto because of that fight scene.
And that final fight is so good. Yeah, legit. Kazekage rescue mission. D. I'll tell you why. That's what caused me to quit Shippuden 3 times. It's so damn long.
Everyone hates that arc.
Why do you, huh?
32 episodes. 32 episodes just to go save Gaara and fight Sasori and Deidara. It just takes so long. And the first episode is like half a flash forward for some reason. Anyways, that arc caused me to quit. Tenchi Bridge reconnaissance mission is in an F because that's the one that got me to quit the last time. Before I started this most recent run, the last time I quit was the Tenchi Bridge. That's also where I quit reading the manga. I do not like this storyline.
Isn't the Tenchi Bridge the one that has like one of the best fights in Shippuden, but it's so boring as
Yes. It's the introductory arc for Sai, and they're going to go, pretend to be Sasori to get intel for Orochimaru.
Without filler, how short the actual regular Naruto is before it goes to Shippuden.
Yeah. How short is the regular Naruto? 135. And then the rest of that up to 220 is filler. And then but no, the Tenchi Bridge arc is just so drawn out. It's like one mild event and it takes like 20 episodes and it's like nothing happens.
Oh man, Paul Rubens doesn't know how to make a good grilled cheese.
Okay, that has nothing to do with this.
Yes, it does.
No, it does.
It's a non sequitur.
All right, Akatsuki suppression mission. I will give that one an A because it knows how to get on with the plot. It doesn't get stuck too long, and the Asuma stuff is really great. I mean, the Asuma stuff is really good.
Okay, listen, that's an S just because, like, I wasn't expecting that guy to be a goat.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Good point. Good point. Like, that I think, also because it was only 16 episodes, I think we should also give it to that for that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, if I had to rewrite Naruto, I would have just had Naruto raised by Asuma and the other guy, Iruka Sensei. Like, they're the ones who actually check in on him. Like, that's how it should have been the entire time.
Asuma and Iruka as Naruto's gay dads is perfect.
Exactly. They should have been the ones keeping eyes on him the entire time.
Yeah.
While he was living with the what do you call it? The ramen peoples.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. That's how Sarutobi could have been able to keep Naruto undercover, was that Asuma just kept checking in on him while Sarutobi was like, yeah, this guy is totally not the 4th Hokage's kid. He's not Jesus reincarnated.
Exactly.
Nope.
Exactly. That would have been much better. And he could have lived at the ramen shop, and it would have had like a wholesome, like, little, like, thing. He'd like come home. He'd be like late for school, and the ramen keeper's like, "You don't get any ramen if you don't get to school." Like
Iruka and Asuma should have just been his cool uncles that checked in on him.
Yes.
Like, I think Naruto's done dirty because the author's an idiot. He's probably stupider than Oda.
And Oda is a comedic genius that forgets to do dramatic storytelling.
Oda.
What is Kishimoto's excuse? What is Kishimoto's excuse for all these retcons, man?
Kishimoto, Oda, and Toriyama's entire thing is who is the most stupid author in existence.
I know, and they're all a little brilliant, but I do think Kishimoto kind of undermines his own work.
Especially when he turned Naruto into Jesus and not I'm an F up.
I know, we're not there yet. We got 10 more
everyone
arcs
knows
to go.
the story.
All right. Itachi Pursuit Mission, I'll give this one a B. What?
B for boring.
B for boring, yeah. No, I think it's good. It's got, like, you know, stuff happens, but yeah, no, B. Tale of Jiraiya the Gallant, I'm also gonna give that one a B. Because it was a little dragged out, considering,
like most of Shippuden.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly just like Jiraiya dies, but like it gets a little dragged out. It doesn't need to be that long. Fated Battle Between Brothers S. I'm sorry, but like the Sasuke Itachi fight was so good that whatever else happened in that arc I don't remember, but like, you know, I'm gonna give that one an S because
I like Crows.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. K9 says, I think it's funny that Macross Flashback 2012 is allowed to be distributed because it uses a ton of footage from the original series and Do You Remember Love? Oh, licensing. Alright, Payne's Assault. Also S, because that was like the peak. That was where everything, like, it all just bend up. Like, the Payne's Assault arc is like where the series should have ended. Like, I don't think anything that came after this was really worth doing, honestly.
I mean, he didn't really want to do any more after this anyways. It's like the Majin Buu saga.
It has very, like, Payne's Assault has very Cell Games vibe, where it's like everything crescendos to a really great point, and it's like, yeah, nothing's gonna top this now, right? And I knew it when I watched it. I was like, there's like over, like, there's another like 250 episodes left.
A lot of people say that Soundout, by the way. They're like, after Pain, it just went like Pain was the peak.
Like when watching the Pain fight, I was like, this is gonna be the best thing about the show.
Like people said.
Yeah. Like I was like, I'm gonna finish it, but I can tell this is where it all peaks, right?
My favorite is how people used to say Kubo should have ended Bleach after they got Rukia back or whatever, but then like later on you get like way to like, you know, the Fullbringer arc and the arc after that where we get into the whole 1,000-year war. Everyone's like, okay, maybe we were wrong about those claims.
All right, 5 Kage Summit, B for boring.
Yeah,
I've never heard
that's where I stopped in the manga. I haven't, and I didn't even intend to stop. I just got so bored. I was like, I'll come back to it, and I never did.
Yeah, legit. Force Shinobi War Countdown. Oh god. So this is where like the Force Shinobi War is broken up into multiple arcs here. Countdown. I'm gonna give Countdown an A because it actually gave me hope that the arc was gonna be good. I was like, maybe this will be good. There's some good stuff in Naruto's mother, and he's training to learn like how to work with Kurama, and it's like, this is really cool. All right, I'll give it an A. Confrontation's a C because like barely anything happens in that huge chunk, and I'm ignoring the filler. Climax is a C as well, because like that is the biggest cock tease of an arc in a shonen anime I've ever seen. It's like, oh, we're gonna get him. Oh, we're gonna win. Oh, we're gonna win. Oh, we're gonna win. All right, now we birth the 10 Tails Shinchuriki, and I'm just like, ugh, just like end it already, right? Like that's why Birth of 10 Tails is D and Kaguya Otsutsuki Strikes is F, because Kaguya Otsutsuki Strikes is like the worst arc, because it just, if you ignore the filler that they add to it that didn't need to be there and all the extra flashbacks, like it was good flashbacks to like explain who Kaguya was and stuff and yada yada. The fight against Kaguya was so boring. So boring. And on top of that, what was even the point of introducing Kaguya as a character? You already had like this big bad in the form of the 10 Tails, and you had Obito and Madara who are like basically unkillable. Why do we need something else on top of that? Doesn't make any damn sense. Like, why do we need this? And then we also have like, oh, Naruto's the reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Paths, and basically means he was always going to become Hokage. It didn't matter if he was going to work hard for it or not. Like, he just automatically gets it.
Guys, he was inevitable.
It was inevitable, yes. And Kaguya's like, I created chakra. And I'm like, how does that work? Like, what does that mean? And they never really explained it.
Don't worry about it, Sound Out. They'll explain it to you when you get to Power Rangers in space.
And then and then Naruto and Sasuke are the reincarnation of her sons. And I'm like, so what does that make Sakura? She's involved. What does that make her? Now, there is...
You know what that makes her? The guy who brings me butter.
Yeah, basically. And then on top of that, right, there's the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke, which is really good, right? It's really good. It's an episode and a half. What was the point of all that build-up when we could have been doing that instead? Anyways, you guys got any thoughts on the Kaguya Otsutsuki arc?
I mean, it came out of left field because it was like this whole time. Even though like Wheels knows I'm like one of the few people who actually likes the character design.
It's
technically, I have to admit.
Again. Slim, he's at it again. Slim, you got to get him his chalky milk and animal crackers.
Oh, it's a good design.
But the actual story, no.
Yeah.
Jerry, explain to Sound Out the joke where I said we got to get him his chalky milk.
Oh, the Broly going like, I can take her. Like, no, she's the goddess. Oh, just gotta.
LPH said the game did it better. I have been playing Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 now. Like, I've been playing the story mode, and the best part about it is when I get bored by a cutscene, I can just hit skip. But no, they've had like some of the sequences are just better in that game because they looked at the anime, they looked at the manga, and they're like, we can do better than this, and like they're like, you know what, we need to have some big battles with some giant toads and not just cut away from it immediately after it happens. Jason also said reverse harem jutsu was peak. It was, and then they went into a flashback right after, so talk about teasing. Sasuke Shinjin, Book of the Sunrise, that'll give a B. That was pretty fun. Sasuke enters a tournament. We don't get tournaments in Naruto because it's not that kind of show, but it was kind of fun.
Versus the Raptor.
That was in Boruto. I haven't seen that.
Sasuke versus the Raptor.
I kind of want to watch the Raptor episode of Boruto just to see how that plays out.
You need to watch that one. You need to see how that one played out.
I kind of feel like just watching that and nothing else from Boruto, right?
On my streams, we reference that all the time.
Oh, yeah. Shikamaru Hiden, Cloud Drifting in the Silent Darkness. I'll give that one an A. That was a pretty solid arc. That was pretty it was kind of nice to give Shikamaru like a focus like that. The Naruto The Last, which is a movie, that's a B. I feel like when they got to the when they pulled out like the chakra cannon and then went to the moon, I was like, we have jumped the shark. Like the shark was over there, but it's dead. We jumped the shark and we shot the shark.
They jumped the shark when they revived Hinata after getting killed.
That was fine because they revived a ton of other people too. But like,
oh, I'm saying like just that in general, not just Hinata, but like
there's a lot of shark jumping. Like Tsunade got cut in half, and then she was fine because her slugs are cool. And Orochimaru helped, and then everybody just ignored that Orochimaru did all that shit.
Hey, remember.
They've been letting Orochimaru slide with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They let him slide with a lot of stuff when, like, he told them about his weird secret magnum opus backdoor deal with Sarutobi.
Yes.
Oh, He dropped.
Okay.
Or maybe just a net burp.
The perfect day for a wedding's an A because it was delightful, it was fun, it was a good send-off, and I felt like I got wholesome feelings out of it after being frustrated for like the last 150 episodes. It was a nice send-off. It was like every episode was like here's a character who is trying to find a gift for Naruto, and I kind of like that like little focus thing, kind of seeing where everybody was a few years down the line. And the ongoing gag of Yamato chasing Orochimaru around the village, only for Orochimaru to end up in the wedding video, which means Konohamaru like knowingly recorded him and didn't say anything, is just really funny.
Yeah.
It was a good send-off. I did watch the Boruto movie, which I know is like one of these arcs or whatever. I don't really care to look up what it is, but like I watched the Boruto movie. I liked the Boruto movie. I felt like that was all we ever needed to do with Boruto. I didn't think we needed an entire another series. Yeah. I think that movie was a good way to show like Naruto as an adult. How is Naruto juggling being the father of 2 kids and the Hokage and trying to get, peace between all the villages? Like, how is he handling it? And the answer is not well, because he's still Naruto. He's not, he's not like a 12th level intellect that can juggle all this stuff easily. And so he ends up like kind of failing his son a bit, but he kind of works through it, and they end on a good spot. And I'm like, I really like this. This is a cool, like, right there. Yeah, it should have ended right there. I was like, the reveal that Mitsuki is a clone of Orochimaru, that's where it should have ended. I don't think we need to go for a whole complete series. I felt like that was a perfect ending, and I thought it was a good like look into the future, kind of show how things are, and then just leave it there.
He dropped.
He's like drop. So it's just us now. SSJ4 Jason said better or worse than Evolt. I think Evolt did more than... Did Orochimaru genocide entire planets? No. He just was...
No, but he wanted to, probably.
He wanted to. I mean, he was just like obsessed with immortality, cloning people, and killed a lot of people. He should not get off the hook, but if I had to pick someone getting off the hook between him and Evolt from Build, I would definitely pick Orochimaru, because Evolt blew up whole planets. Orochimaru didn't do that.
True. They just pretended he didn't do anything, did they? Right?
I think they were like, you saved Tsunade, so we'll give you a pass. Because he like...
I mean, like, for Build. I kind of remember people getting mad in the...
Yeah, like, he blew up a whole planet, and then the main character destroys his universe. He creates a second universe, destroys his universe to get rid of him. And then the next thing, like, the post-series movie just immediately brings Evolt back. Like, I know that mattered. And I just kind of hated that. And then they tried to give him a redemption arc, and he's like, nah, my brother was evil, and he was the one that made me do it. And I'm like, that excuse doesn't work, Sasuke. Anyways.
Yep.
That's the Naruto tier list. Yeah, Muteki says we only see Naruto inauguration Hokage just do a wedding. They did show the Hokage inauguration. They did show the Hokage inauguration in the Boruto movie, like, short that played before. Or no, it didn't play before. It came with the Blu-ray. It's just like a little short that shows the day he became Hokage. That one I did not like that much, because I kind of thought that it was a little dumb. But I did like the Boruto movie, though. And that's kind of where I left it. So there you go, guys. There's that. Right. I'm not going to rank the movies because I don't remember most of them. A lot of them are just, someone's going to try to destroy the Leaf Village. And it's like, okay. Or here's an orphan brat that Naruto has reminded himself of,
Yeah.
You'd either get one or both in every movie. Road to Naruto was fun, though. I liked Road to Naruto. I liked Ninja Clash in the Land of Snow. I liked the last overall. I mean, those were good. That's true. Orochimaru did bring back the 4 Hokages. Yeah, they kind of wouldn't have beat Kaguya and her shit if they didn't have Orochimaru. So I can see why they're just like, let's give him a pass.
Probably.
Because, like, Sasuke turned himself in, and they threw him in jail for a couple weeks, and they're like, okay, go do community service. Go run missions for us. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. They're like, okay, you can come home now. it's like they're very... I think it was because Kakashi was Hokage. He was like, I don't want to deal with like these long-term like criminal sentences. I just want to wrap stuff up. Like, I'll just give these people passes, whatever. He's like, the war's over. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
I mean, he didn't even want... I mean, he was just Hokage, he was the only available choice at the time, right? Basically.
Yeah, basically. Like, who else is going to be Hokage? Because Tsunade's like, I'm out. I'm sorry. I got cut in half and I got sewn back together by my slugs. I'm done. I need a break. And so she's like, I'm out. Who's next? Okay, Kakashi, yep, you were going to take over when everyone thought I was dead. So you're up. And then as soon as Naruto's old enough, Kakashi's like, take the job, take the job, take the job.
Yep.
Kakashi never wanted that job, but he just did it because who else was going to do it, right? I mean, there's literally nobody, right? Like, technically next in line was Danzo, but Sasuke took care of that problem. Probably also why they gave Sasuke a pass, because I think everybody was trying to figure out what to do about Danzo, and Sasuke just solved that problem for him. Sasuke's like, sword to chest. Easy, done. Why not the ramen shop owner? You know what? Good point. That guy knew how to run a he ran the one and only ramen shop in town and stayed profitable, so.
During wars!
Yeah, it's true. Like, both the third and the fourth war, he had his ramen shop. And it stayed open. And he only sells one product, and he keeps going. Like, that's what you call, like, somebody that knows how to manage. That's a true manager right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forget Shikamaru. That's your real, like...
That's your real strategist.
Advisor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real. No, that's a good point. That's the reason I didn't buy that ramen shop set for Figuarts, because it doesn't come with the ramen shop owner. It doesn't have to also come with his daughter, but it should have come at least like the shop owner, you know? SHJ4 Jason says, show of hands who wish Naruto and Karin got a scene together.
That was weird that, like, they're family, but they never even got to, like, that was weird. They didn't even...
It is kind of odd, right? They're family and yet never had a screen time together. Isn't that kind of the problem with, like, the series? There is this, like, major problem with Naruto as a series, and the fact that the female characters don't get, like, anything. Like, half of them are stereotypes, half of them are background characters, and then there's, like, a couple that do stuff, but it's not to the same level as the male characters. Just look at Sakura compared to Naruto and Sasuke, right?
Yep.
Like, Naruto and Sasuke get to be, like, the descendants of this, like, fancy thing, and then Sakura's just there.
Just there, exactly.
I feel bad for her. I feel bad for 1010 only having a fighting style in the anime filler.
I mean, remember the meme.
Yeah.
The slide, the dang swing. Got more screen time than her.
It really did. The anime team was just trying, though. They were just like, we're just going to give her... Like, every filler arc had a 1010 episode, it felt, after a certain point. They're like, we need to give her something. Yeah, and then you have, like, oh, poor Kurenai. Kurenai gets to have a kid, and then she just disappears. Like, we just never hear from Kurenai again.
Where does she go?
She had a baby, and then that's it. That's the last that we see of her. They, like, check in on her and the baby during the wedding arc. But through the whole Great Ninja War, she's just at home with the baby. And I'm like, you really could probably use her genjutsu skills. Like, just have somebody babysit the kid. You guys need some help, you know? But no, she just gets... It's like, it's basically like, it kind of runs into that problem that happens in... There's some other media. It's actually kind of a problem in Dragon Ball too, which is as soon as a woman becomes a wife and a mother, they just stop fighting. They stop doing anything else. Like, wife and mother become their own thing, right?
Happens a lot in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Tamari did get to do stuff. That was, I think, Tamari is one of the exceptions.
She got to even be a Jonin before a lot of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked her episode with Shikamaru during the wedding arc. I think that was fun. Tamari did get a lot to do. Hinata, of course, got a lot because, you know, main love interest. But a lot of her stuff is just, I love Naruto. I'm like, girl, do you have goals of your own?
Yeah, right?
Is your only goal marriage? Ino's the same way, where it's like, is your only goal marriage? And it's so funny. It's so funny Ino ended up with Sai. Like, Ino was like, oh, Sasuke. And she's like, well, he's off the table. I'll take knockoff Sasuke, thanks.
Exactly. Sakura won real Sasuke. I might as well get my...
I got my Sasuke off of Wish.
You were talking about butter. I can't believe it's not Sasuke.
Yeah. Hey, Sentai Ranger Donnie. Yeah, no, that was, I think, the funniest pairing was Ino and Sai. She got Sasuke ordered off of Wish. Who else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, there was the Kazekage? No, that's Gaara. Mizukage?
That's Gaara.
Who's the woman in the Kage group?
Mizukage, yeah.
Mizukage, yeah. She all of her thing was just like, I'm going to be too old to get married. I'm going to be too old to have a kid. And I'm just like, girl, you're leading a village. Like, get it together.
Like, you're very eligible in the real world, not so much.
Right? Tsunade luckily didn't get strangled by a love interest, right? Because hers was already dead.
Yeah, that was actually. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, hers was dead, so she kind of she got over it, right? But after her initial arc, where that's like part of her backstory, she doesn't get saddled with the love interest stuff, right? And like even
That's
at the
what I remember,
yeah, even at the end, like when she retires from being Hokage, she like just pops into like Kakashi's office and she's like, "Hey, how's it going? You want some advice?" And it's not like she's carrying a kid or something. Like she didn't get stuck into that she didn't get stuck into that stay-at-home mom problem that like everybody else did, right? Commodore 64 said, "Imagine a what-if universe where Sakura and Ino are together." That's better than either of them being with Sasuke or Sai, that's for sure. But no, it's one of those things that like I definitely like Naruto as a series. I'm still a fan of. Oh, what about Shizune? Oh yeah, Shizune just wanted to be a love interest, but she was just like, she got. Damn it, Shizune's almost worse because she's just secretary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Shizune is just a secretary, right? So she runs into that trope. I think, as much as I do love Naruto, right, and it has like a special connection, and I grew up watching it, and I do love it. I'm glad I finished it. I do think that is stuff that holds me back from like just fully loving it. Is like the story pacing and the way it like treats the women, because the women in Naruto I think could
You're not
be
the
a
only
lot
one
better.
who said that either.
Yeah,
a lot of people complain about the women treatment of the women.
I mean, you look at One Piece, and it's like Oda draws his women so unrealistically, but like Nami and Robin have goals and ambitions of their own.
Yeah, exactly. Their characters are actually fleshed out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
not just their clothes.
Right, and they're not like both of them aren't going like, oh, I can't wait to get married. Like neither of them seem interested, right? It's kind of refreshing, in a lot of ways, but they have their own independent goals and ambitions that aren't just marriage. And I think that's that. So, anyways, that's the Naruto tier list. It's probably the last time I'll talk about Naruto until they announce another figure art, because I don't want to. Yeah, hopefully. I have been getting on these tangents the last like 3 weeks.
We get on a Yu Yu Hakusho like update next Monday. Like, all right, where are you? So I can.
My current plan is I'm trying to catch up.
Actually, where are you?
What was that?
Like, not to get into detail, but what saga, what arc are you on?
Let me go check the episode number real quick. I'm alternating Yu Yu with Pokemon Horizons, because I realized today, because I saw that there's another batch going up next week for Pokemon Horizons on Netflix. I realized I was 35 episodes behind, so I was like, I also need to catch up on that, because I actually really like Pokemon Horizons because they dub it competently. It's not dubbed like a kid's dub; it's dubbed like a normal anime dub that is appropriate for kids. Do you know what I'm saying by that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
It's because like there's some anime dubs that like they dub it down for kids, whereas I feel like
Zoid's Wild.
Right. With Horizons, they dub it straight. It's just appropriate for kids to watch, and I think I really like that a lot. I'm on episode. The next episode to watch on Yu is 16, so that is.
Oh, okay. So you're still.
Yeah, I'm still on the.
Yeah, that's right. You're on the Saint Beasts.
Yeah,
right?
Beasts of Maze Castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna. But what I'm gonna do basically is like.
I forgot.
Because I like watching shows while editing and stuff. Like, for example, today I was watching Pokemon. Tomorrow I'll watch Yu Yu. The day after I'll watch Pokemon. I'm just gonna alternate days until I catch up on Pokemon, and then it'll just be like all Yu Yu from that point until I finish it, because I'm enjoying it so much. So yeah, let's wrap up the show, because I know Ra's gonna start, and I'm tired and need to. Okay, well, let's wrap it up now. Kaus, would you like to promote your stuff?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna can tomorrow's stream, just because.
That's fair, because you got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh my goodness! But Friday I should still be
today.
Basically.
But you should go follow him on twitch.tv/fightercow.
Yeah,
that way you know when he streams.
4:30 p.m. Eastern Tuesday. No, 4 p.m. Eastern. Now.
But not this week, but next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Friday I think it's gonna be 4:30. No, actually, no. What am I talking about? No, Friday before.
Friday before.
Because my last day is Thursday. I'm already done on Friday.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I wanted to do Marvel Rivals as a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
We can either do it Tuesday. If you're around Friday, I'll do it. But if you're not, then I'll just do it Tuesday.
I'll let you know about Friday because if Ryan gets the thumbnail done for the Marvel rundown, I might be editing late Thursday to get it out Friday. But if I'm not, then I'll let you know about Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. And then be like, all right, because then I'll just do it Tuesday, like I originally planned, anyways.
Yeah. Cool. Wheels, you want to promote Hero Club?
Yeah, just go check out our website, hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for Life. Go check out all of our old interviews, please, because we're going to be probably getting more Digimon voice actors in the near future. As you already know, we are going to be talking to Jeff Nimoy, writer, director, voice actor in Digimon, as well as other animes, such as Trigun, Zatch Bell, Bobobo, Duel something.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And
Ultraman on Netflix.
And like usual, we got multiple videos a week, shorts videos. I might switch back to the 5 p.m. upload time because the noon upload time or the 2 p.m. upload time didn't seem to do anything for last week's video, so I might just switch it back.
Yeah, that's just experimenting for.
Yeah, I was experimenting. I might just throw out a video. I might just flip back and forth and see if it affects anything. I'm not too worried about it though. I'll just follow the things. I'm trying to decide on a new time, but I think Wednesday's video might be 5 to see if that does better than Wednesday's video from last week, because it just seemed like those extra 3 hours didn't boost it at all. But that could also be subject matter too. It's not necessarily the time's fault. We'll see. We'll just see how my schedule works out, because if I'm running behind, I might push it. But anyways, stay tuned for videos, join the Discord, get notifications and stuff, and also just stay tuned. And we will see you guys next week.